And we are live, back with some Collegiate Tetris League, and today we have UCLA versus UOFT, the Seed 1 versus the Seed 2 teams. These are going to be some super exciting matches. I'm going to be your commentator today, joined by my co-commentator, DOUE.
Hello,
DOUE,
everyone. Yeah, I'm doing great. I mean, honestly, the weather outside my place pretty bad, but I'm hoping the matches we see today are a lot better than that, and I think we will get some crazy matches. I mean, these two teams, COWBOW, the top two teams in the tournament, having some strong players. I do believe there are 9 X ranks among them.
Oh my god,
and
there are X ranks among us for real. But hey, you know what? I would expect no less from the top 2 seeds here. These are going to be some insane games coming up, and I'm a big fan of a lot of these players here too. So I'm really looking forward to see what they bring out to the table here. I don't know. We have seen UCLA before, and I believe UOFT been streamed before? I could be.
Not this season. So we are seeing UOFT's new team for the first time. We have seen UCLA, you know, obviously day one. The very first match we did stream, that was against UCSC, and well, if I'm being honest, not too much of a challenge for UCLA, but I do think this match is going to be a much greater challenge for them, especially depending on the draft, because from my knowledge of this matchup, I think UCLA's top 3 players are extremely powerful and can probably go head-to-head with anyone on UOFT, and obviously, you know, Caboozle Pie on UCLA can probably single-handedly take down anyone. But on the other side, UOFT's team, all mid to high X rank, all very powerful, and I am pretty sure their bottom 2 players are stronger on average than UCLA's bottom 2 players. So I think depending on how the draft goes, it could go either way. But you know, we're still waiting for the blind pick, and we'll see how things go from there. And I actually think the teams have selected their blind picks. Just now in the chat, you can see that quite well.
Let's see. Oh, we got Oxford Valley versus Meppy DC. Okay. Competitive DDR player versus I'd win. So these are definitely some interesting matchups. It seems like Meppy DC does have the slight advantage with the stats and the TR, but they're question mark rank, so that means you never know what happens between both of these players.
Yeah, question mark rank for sure. Obviously, X rank when they signed up for the league, you had to be ranked when upon registration, but you know, I have definitely seen a lot of weaker teams, or weaker players rather, get several points off slightly higher ranked players. So we'll see where this goes as we head into this warm up here.
Yeah, for sure. Right off the bat, Meppy DC going with some crazy T-spin setups here. Really loving the creativity they're bringing out to just the warm up here. So it remains to see what we'll see the actual match. But if it goes like this, I'm sure it'll be some good stuff for the fans.
Yeah, and I gotta say,
bit of misdrops though.
Yeah, and I do have to say the speed difference already apparent in this matchup. Meppy playing at almost 3 pieces per second for that entire matchup. Slowing down a bit near the end, but yeah, definitely has that over Oxford Valley at least for now.
Yeah, Oxford Valley might be looking a little low off the warm-up, but a Valley still has 2 sides that are high up or something like that. So, you know, I think they can totally get us back.
Yeah, following lobby will usually be a peak. Is that what we call it? A peak? I guess it's a trough instead of a peak valley. But, no, similar concept.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are going to be taking a short delay. Apparently, production sound effects were not on for the game, so we'll be waiting for Blue to rejoin here. But in the meantime, I mean, yeah. What do you think about this first round blind pick matchup? Oxford Valley is UCLA's lowest ranked player, so what do you think about that strategy?
In general, I think that, like we said before, CTL does have some unique strategies that are just for this 5v5 kind of crew battle format, and the blind pick is really a big toss-up. So putting out your weakest player is a pretty safe bet. I don't know, I feel like usually people want to be sacrificing their weak players to the strong ones, but you can't really go wrong with, you know, putting out the lowest ranked player on your team just to test the waters, you know, because you never know if the other teams put out someone super strong or someone you think you can beat. It's just completely a toss-up. But the first round is important because the winner does have to pick first and is counter-picked by the losing team. So we'll see how this turns out.
And I definitely agree. It is a lower a lower risk strategy as we are getting into the first round here, because you don't really lose much if you send out your lowest ranked player and they send out someone of higher rank, because then the remaining two people on your team are overall stronger, while the enemy team may have lost a pretty hefty asset, depending on who they sent out. And MEPI is, of course, UOFT's third highest ranked player, I believe, at least with initial seeding. So we'll see if this comes back to bite them in the future.
Yeah, but speaking of bite, these players are definitely not all bark and no bite. MEPI going with a pretty strong attack and taking the first round here. 235 versus is nothing to scoff at, and both these players are going to be bringing their A game for this match.
Yeah, for sure. And even though I did go on about how UCLA sent out the weakest player, these players overall are not weak at all, actually. Oxford Valley, very high U rank.
Yeah, they're almost as strong as Big Joe doing push-ups on stream. Shoutouts to Big Joe wherever he's at. But yeah, sorry, back to the game here. Seems like Oxford Valley building up a nice T-spin, and MEPI on the other side hitting a bit of a down stack and trying to fix up their board state.
Yeah, MEPI playing very, very cleanly at the moment, as expected of someone who is, or not exactly ranked at the moment, but would have the elo of a high X-ranked player. But unfortunately, the board is actually really messed up as I say that.
Yeah, MEPI almost had the down stack, but an unfortunate misdrop caused them to take their first loss in the round. 1-1, not too bad for both players. MEPI going with a TKI looking thing here, and Oxford Valley just kind of going freestyle on their side, it seems.
Yeah, a bit of a misdrop on MEPI's side with the, I believe that was a reliable TSD actually, and definitely gonna halt some of that offensive pressure that they were putting out just a second ago.
That's tough. If it's so reliable, then why did it get misdrops? Oh man, some of the universe's greatest mysteries.
Yeah, I do think like reliable TSD is actually like a relatively unreliable opener at a lot of points, so really? I'm not sure where it got its name. Yeah. KRH uses that opener a lot when I talk to them, and definitely has some things to say about it. But
I got something to say about this misdrop on Oxford Valley's side. The Z spin fail was very unfortunate. I've been there many a times, and I'm sure everyone else in chat can relate too. But MEPI is taking a 2-1 lead. MKO coming out from both sides. Kaboozlepie's in the room. It's only obvious that it would have to happen. But yeah.
All right. And honestly, I think Oxford Valley putting up a really good fight in this matchup. Already having taken 1 point off someone you'd expect them to lose against, right? Obviously, like high X rank. So I think Oxford Valley is already very happy about taking a point, just like a MEPI happy about that crazy fractal.
Yeah, MEPI's T-spin vision is disgusting. I believe the fractal was incomplete, but they were able to spin the overhang in to make it work. That's fantastic. Hey, and you know what? That goes to show how creative players in Tetro can be with these kind of setups. Yeah,
reliable TSD. Once again from MEPI, and kind of an 8-1 start from Oxford Valley. I'm not sure that is exactly optimal, but hey, I'm not the one that's high U rank, so...
Yeah, MEPI going ham with the STSDs back there, going into some pretty clean stacking, but unfortunately turning the back-to-back offline. Oxford Valley trying to fix up the board state, and they should be able to escape in just a bit, but there's still a bit of cheese on the board that they are going to have to deal with eventually. Yeah,
definitely having to waste a lot of T's on that down stack, while MEPI actually not really finding anything on his side of the board either, so both players kind of a peaceful moment before they get back to the T-spins and attacks.
Yeah, about as peaceful as you can get for super high U-rank, X-rank gameplay. But yeah. Back to the game, MEPI in the driver's seat for the attack. Back-to-back breaking with an 11 spike. Oxford Valley pushed to the top, but finding a very, very clean down stack to the mid.
STSD by MEPI. A bit overzealous, I think.
The down stack, though, they do have the chops to fix up their greed, it seems. And Oxford Valley looking to find sort of TST shape, but not able to get a punish in time.
Yeah, I think both players trying to look for some of those fancier setups, STSD mid-game, TSD tower mid-game. Neither player able to find them, so we're going to be back to a down stack session here.
Hey, you know what? They're doing it for the fans. They're keeping it engaging, entertaining, spiking really hard here. MEPI is going to be at the top a bit, but doing some pretty efficient down stacking with some T-spins to send a little bit more damage on the way down.
Yeah, and honestly, I am really impressed with how Oxford Valley is keeping up in this matchup. Again, going up against someone who is that much higher ranked than you, but finding these cancels, finding these down stacks in order to survive and potentially take even more points for the team. He is doing a fantastic job at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah. Oxford Valley's downstack is doing really big favors for them, allowing them to survive the offense from FPDC, who on the other side has done a bit of a misdrop, but able to fix it up pretty well once again. I feel like a characteristic of higher ranked players is their ability to survive things that would normally kill most other players in different ranks.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just like that eyepiece misdrop, for a normal player, I think, or not really a normal player per se, but for a lower ranked, less experienced player, they might start panicking at something like that. BC, not really phased at all, just fixing that immediately, and we'll see if Oxford Valley can fix this cheese on its side of the board, as I am saying that.
Yeah, it seems like Meppy is going on the offensive here. Back-to-back threes building here. Oxford Valley at the top of the board, trying to hit a down stack, barely finding it in time, and Meppy DC is unfortunately stopped the back-to-back combos, which is allowing Oxford Valley a little bit more time to breathe here.
Yeah, again, good survival from Oxford Valley, but this next sequence of pieces might be tough to handle. And the third piece!
Oh, that is not the place you want an O. Any other piece besides O, I think, would have worked in that scenario, but unfortunately for Oxford Valley, that valley of one block was a little bit too high for them to downstack.
Yeah, and you know, you just hate to see it when you need like any piece other than the O piece just to clear a single line, and then that big square guy shows up, you know?
I really said PPP at the worst time. Oh, but Meppy DC, big spike coming out. Holy, what was that? Oh. But yeah,
I think that was just raw
APM
from Meppy's side.
Yeah, you know, you gotta give it to the player named Oxford to come up with a smart down stacks, but I don't know if it's enough so far.
Yeah, I don't think I've mentioned this last time, but it is interesting how they named Oxford Valley when they don't really go to Oxford. But you know, speaking of smart down stacks, not quite a down stack, but big APM coming out on Oxford Valley side, trying to take one more point, but Meppy gonna be able to get to safety.
DC hitting a nice down stack, 10 spike to Oxford Valley, but counter spiking back pretty nicely. A bit of a ruined board for Oxford, which is getting fixed up quite well. But this huge 12 spike from Meppy DC is not doing Oxford Valley any favors, and neither is this T misdrop on the board. That is so tough to see.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make it out though. Meppy. Okay, Meppy can close it out.
You know what? It's okay. No one heard that. Who said that? What? Commentators curse? That doesn't exist. That's actually a made-up thing. You know, it's just like T-spins. They don't exist either.
Yeah, for sure. Meppy definitely finding some really creative T-spin triples doing that last round as well. The initial one to send Oxford Valley to the top of the board and one more to close it out in that last round. As Meppy trying to close out this round once and for all on match point.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Oxford Valley, but they're fighting back hard. Look at that spike there. Oh man. Yeah, just a clean 10 spike with a clean board to follow up on, but they didn't even need it. They could come up with a broom for a reverse sweep here. Keep catching both players. Meppy DC seems to be on the advantage with the speed as usual, but Oxford Valley does have a way to clean up their board state.
Indeed, and Meppy now going for the 9-0. Definitely got a bit greedy in that last round. I believe they were looking for a sort of thin T-spin double, but didn't pan out. Hoping to close it out with something cleaner in this round.
Yeah, definitely hoping to finish the game here. Oh no, this could be the end for Oxford Valley. Misdrop with Meppy DC's attack building. Yet again, back-to-back. One is online, going into this crazy T-spin triple. Oxford Valley struggling to hit this down stack, and Meppy DC timing very, very well to cancel out the cheese.
I go for a cancel there, and another T-spin triple on Meppy's side. I love seeing these T-spin triples, man. They're so funny to see. And I do think this round is going to be over. It's not over.
That's crazy. Meppy DC waiting to accept. They have a lot of clean to work with. But so does Oxford Valley. If they're able to cancel with this barely row 20 survival, that's what we love to see here. Struggling to fight, Meppy DC trying to find any punish, and Oxford Valley looking to find any way to survive with this 8 spike. That's doing them a couple of favors to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, big down stack on Oxford Valley's side, and a slight misshot on Meppy DC's side, but able to cancel that initial down stack. But this offensive pressure at the O-piece, actually using dash in order to pre-dash to get that O-piece over perfectly. Very, very good presence of mind to be able to do that on Meppy's side.
Yeah, for sure. Oxford Valley was so close to the punish, but unable to find that last little bit that they needed. 15 spike though. As I say that, they dig deep and dig down their board to find that 1 point they need to stay in the game here.
Oxford Valley once again catching Meppy off guard with a greedy setup at the top of the board. And yeah, I mean, I think if you're UCLA, you are extremely happy at this turn of events right now, taking 3 points off a, what, like over 400 TR, TR difference?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely looking tough for Meppy here, but they are still in the lead, which is ultimately the important thing. Remains to see how that's going to translate to the later gameplay, though. Speaking of the game right now, though, Oxford Valley is at the lower end of the board, looking to find some offense, and Meppy is the one on the defensive with a lot of clean to counter-spike them.
Yeah, for sure. Meppy definitely looking for probably something, or at least if I were in this position, I would be looking for something clean to try to close the set out, but, you know, again, when you are this powerful of a player, you can go for these speedy setups, but they have not quite been paying off. Taking a 4 point.
Meppy DC's board was way too messy there, struggling to fix the misdrops in time, and Oxford Valley finds a well-timed punish there. 4-6. Yeah, UCLA is definitely cheering in the background for sure.
I would also like to point out that Oxford Valley has been going for a lot of these like non-openers. I think that wasn't like, I think I saw them do like a 9-0 in a different round, just a non-standard opener again this round, but will it pay off once more, Meppy DC? With the high offensive pressure,
oh, it's looking so tough. Back-to-backs online for Meppy now, taking it offline as soon as I say that, and Oxford Valley still at the top of their board for like I don't even know how many rounds it's been in a row. It's been the entire game pretty much. DC finds the back-to-back 3 is enough to punish Oxford Valley's board, and it seems like Meppy is going to be the one that is taking the first round here, not DCing at all.
Yeah, you know, that player may be called Oxford Valley, but there was definitely no valley between the skills of these players. I think Oxford Valley really stepped up to that in that first round, and even though they lost, I think UCLA is going to be very happy that they were able to take a whole 4 points from that set again. It was blind pick. You don't really expect, you know, if you send out your lowest ranked player for them to win, especially against a team this stacked like UOFT. So UCLA really going to be celebrating that fact.
For a reminder for everyone else who may just be tuning in or you don't remember, these teams are playing for every single point, which is going to contribute to their greater team goal. And if you win the game, your team wins, you know, the rounds, they get an extra point to their score. So they're all going to add up. So that's why we make a big deal about, you know, oh, the lower level player beat whatever rounds off the higher level player, because every round is going to be counting for the greater team goals. So it's definitely important that good players are not dropping rounds they shouldn't, and that lower ranked players are taking as many as they can off the higher rounds.
Yeah, and that definitely does play into, you know, some of the strategy you might go into when deciding some of these picks. As for example, let's say you're up against, I don't know, RKY from UOFT. As UCLA, do you try to send, you know, someone who might be slightly weaker but can still take a few points, or do you try to go for, you know, Caboozle Pie to try to go for the sweep? You know, a lot of different tools that you could use for your disposal, maybe taking as many points as you can, maybe taking, or, you know, sacrificing a player for the greater good, or, you know, trying to actually go for that win, going for that play. As we have,
for the greater good. That's tough. That is a strategy we've seen people seeing, you know. If you've got a lower ranked player versus, I don't know, Caboozle Pie, it's probably better than feeding your best one into them and you're not getting any points. So it is tough.
And I do believe the next round's picks have been set. UOFT, winning the last round, will pick their player first, and they have picked, I don't know if it's showing up on streamers, there it is on my side, Sir Sheepadoodle and UCLA have picked Golf and Eggs in response.
Yeah, both these players love K-barbecue or sardines, so we're going to see which of the two is going to be coming out on top. Yeah, I don't know. Any Sir Sheepadoodle fans in chat? I'm a huge Surge fan. I don't know. It's been a while. I know she's been recovering from some wrist injuries and stuff, but you know what? She's back in full force and ready to... Wait, what the...
Yeah, Golf and Eggs getting...
Wait,
getting a bit goofy in this warm-up. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe, you know, maybe trying to intentionally mess around in the world, not to give away too many of their potential plays, but, you know, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I guess Golf and Eggs has a settings issue. They have left the room. So in the meantime, you know, DOUE, what do you think of these stats so far?
I mean, stats-wise, I think these players are pretty, you know, Golf and Eggs definitely as the higher ranked X player. is significantly higher, or not significantly, I guess, about a 0.5 PPS advantage, 30 APM higher, and higher versus score. But I think that's all kind of a proportional thing. And when you get matches like we saw last time that were so close despite the big gap, I don't think stats and TR are all that up at this level.
Yeah, I think a big thing also is tournament nerves. So, as we know, these players are playing for a prize pool, which you can donate with a link. Production, put the link in the thing. But yeah, they are playing for a prize pool and for fame. So, they're definitely got a lot of stress in the background. So I feel like, if they're more nervous than the other person, they don't play as well under pressure. That can be a big factor about how well they actually perform, and that's irregardless of stats. Even the best players are going to be at least a little bit nervous when playing. So that's another factor to these kind of tournaments that can change things.
Yeah, for sure. And we are sorting out a few of the settings issue. As we Tetrio players know, there was an update to the desktop client just a bit ago. So some of the settings may have been reset on these players' side.
Rest in peace, Tetrio Plus. My skin,
I think
dude.
it'll be back.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
I think I actually play better without it, though. I don't know what it is. Does anyone else in chat feel the same? I feel like I play better without T+. I don't know. But anyways, speaking of playing better, both of these players playing as best as they possibly can in this first round of the game.
And this time it is
PC no? Is that PC no? Maybe just
well,
PC
it definitely was not a PC, or attempted PC, but not a PC. But Golf and Egg actually was dropping an eyepiece really early on. We'll be able to skim out of this.
Still be struggling with settings, yeah.
Probably getting acclimated back to Tetris after maybe taking a bit of a break, having some settings issues earlier, but feeling fine now.
I bet Sheepidoodle definitely feeling fine with the stack here, looking pretty clean below it, and she is able to open up the well pretty nicely. Golf and Eggs not looking too shabby on their side either, and ready to keep their back-to-back up.
Having to break back-to-back. In the process for Sersh, but is going to be doing well on her side. As I say that though, a bit of a big spike and having to waste I to burn down, not going to be enough.
Yeah, Golf and Eggs doing a really good job of capitalizing on Sir Sheepidoodle's board there. She was not able to find the down stack in time, which is ironic since the amount of times she's screamed in the background of my TL games, like, how do I do the down stack? We love Sersh, we love Sersh. Anyways, back to the game. It seems like both players building up to back-to-back, trying to find some offense here. So Sheepidoodle a little bit higher up, but that means she has more clean to work with, and Golf and Eggs has turned off their back-to-back combo.
Yeah, nice spike from Sir Sheepidoodle, but having to hesitate a bit to find the rest of the offense pressure means that Golf and Eggs gonna have time to get safe, while that's a bit of an OP smash drop, I believe, on that side.
Nothing that's unfixable though. Golf and Eggs and Sersh both have no back-to-back, so it is truly anyone's round so far.
Yeah, a bit of cheese here coming in from Golf and Eggs. Would you ever eat cheese with eggs, COWBOW?
I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it just depends on how the eggs are made.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheese
eggs
and
and
omelets.
cheese, that sounds high-key really good.
Omelets and cheese definitely a big thing that I've had. It's pretty good, but
hey, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, and both these players are doing their best not to break out in too much of a sweat as they compete for glory and for their teams. Back to the game, it seems like Sersh is going to be slightly higher up on the board, but she does have a way to open up the well, which she does pretty nicely. Oh, big donation. I don't know if that's the most efficient way, but you know what? It works. It was cool. It was cool.
And Golf and Eggs respond to that clean garbage sent over with some cheese, and right as I say that, sending over a big spike. Is Sersh going to leave it a down stack? I think she will.
Oh man, Golf and Eggs at the bottom of the board fishing for a PC, but no catch, unfortunately for them. So Sheepidoodle has the back-to-back. Golf and Eggs looking to find a down stack on the other hand, though. I don't know, it's just close once again, back and forth for both players. I don't really know if anyone has the advantage right now.
Both players definitely looking very evenly matched despite Golf and Eggs seeing that first round. Sir Sheepidoodle still has that offensive pressure and is able to even the score to 1-1.
1-1. Also, I just want to interrupt for a sec. I saw the most disgusting thing. I'm a Firestorm fan, alright? But cheese foam and eggs is the most atrocious thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm so sorry. Like, we love FS, but god, no, that's... Oh my... Sorry.
I definitely can't say if I've ever had cheese foam with eggs.
Oh, that's so bad.
And I don't really want to get into a cheese foam bubble tea debate on stream, so we can save that for perhaps a different time as we observe instead the cheese being sent back and forth, and by cheese I mean spikes made of cheese.
Yeah, so Sheepidoodle is dealing with a bit of garbage on her side, but it's looking pretty clean now that she's cleaned it up. Big 17 spike from Golf and Eggs, and so Sheepidoodle is unable to cope with that kind of pressure.
Yeah, no downstack possible there. Unfortunately, that spike came at just the wrong time, so Sir Sheepidoodle was not able to cancel some of it with the T-spin, having to burn instead. But as a result, did end up topping out as we head into the third round.
Yeah, back-to-back, broken from both players. Just trying to fix up their board states. It seems like they're playing a little bit safer. As I say that Golf and Eggs go for the most crazy TST. But, yeah, definitely not
TST.
wanting to drop rounds.
Yeah, Search definitely was playing a bit safer there. Opted to cancel that TST instead of accepting, even though she was pretty close to the bottom of the board. But again, at this level, touches can go from the bottom of the board to the top in seconds, depending on your opponent's attacks. And
yeah, for sure. Speaking of attacks, Sir Sheepidoodle back-to-back 5 with a huge spike to take a tie game here. It's something really, really close between both of them. I don't really know which one of them is more offensive or defensive. It seems very even, but whoever's board is a little bit messy when the other player has a spike is definitely finding a nice increase in score.
Yeah, for sure. And Golf and Eggs, I think, does definitely have the offensive advantage in stats-wise, as we see that crazy fractal. That's Sir Sheepidoodle. Gonna get the down stack out of that, I believe. Has to waste a few Ts. But we're out.
Yeah, you know, it's okay if you waste some Ts as long as you leave some left over.
You know what they say, can't break an omelet without, can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, can't down stack out of the top of your board without wasting a few Ts either.
So true, DOUE, so true. I couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of Ts, it seems like Golf and Eggs building up a very nice T-spin. Back-to-back 3 online with a nice donation there.
That's exploding. And it goes for the TSD as well.
TSD, that's so clean! That's so clean! Back-to-back 3 is online, but unfortunately, as soon as I say that offline, Sir Sheepidoodle is spiking back really, really hard, and both players are in a little bit of a precarious spot. Actually, as I said, no, Golf and Eggs is so clean. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. 291 versus is a little bit too much for Serge to handle at that point.
Yeah, that J piece on Serge's side, on the left side of her board, did end up costing her the round a bit. A bit of a unfortunate placement there. But, you know, we move on, we go into the next round. These rounds are coming hard and fast. And, yeah, I mean, it's honestly very close again. You wouldn't really expect it from a gap in the stats, similar to last time, but Serge keeping up extremely well with Golf and Egg, and UCLA did choose this matchup.
Yeah, I don't know, it seems like UCLA is doing pretty well with the picks so far. Seems to be working out mostly, maybe not in their favor score-wise, but it seems like the greater gameplay. But speaking of greater gameplay, this is a huge spike from Golf and Eggs, going into a pretty nice 9-0, blisteringly fast, I will say, and so Sheepidoodle on the other side canceling very, very nicely.
Yeah, and this amount of exchange of clean garbage is pretty standard when you are up in the high X rank. As we see a big spike.
What? 22 spike from Golf and Eggs, and it seems like Sir Sheepidoodle is going to need to learn how to, I don't know, find the board states to deal with these ridiculous spikes or something. I don't know.
Maybe a Hachi Spin is the way. If Hachi Spin wins the round, I'm gonna attribute all the credit to that opener. You know, definitely still a ways to go though before we get there.
So we will never stop with the Hachi Spin shoutouts. But hey, you know what? It's representing it. Alright, back-to-back 2 from Sir Sheepidoodle, but unfortunately needs to break it there.
Yeah, this board state is so rough.
On her side. Golf and Eggs with a huge fractal, ready to send, and I don't know if Serge is able to live this or not.
And she will actually, finding a down stack through all that messy garbage and messy board state, and yeah, I think is going to be able to recover in time, but Golf and Eggs, if you can keep up that back-to-back, could be trouble, and as I say, that is going to break it.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it is better to break the back-to-back if it prioritizes your board state, but hey, you know, I think it's still working out for Golf and Eggs. Serge pushed to the top yet again, and Golf and Eggs finds that punish with a blistering 3.4 PPS. That is ridiculous.
Definitely a rough Z piece miss drop on Sir Sheepidoodle's side, and unfortunately, it's not going to be a Hachi win today, but who knows? Maybe we'll see more in the future. Ideally, come on, guys. Good for me.
Do it for DOUE, do it for DOUE! Back in the game though, LST from Soshipadoodle looking pretty strong. Back-to-back 5, unfortunately breaking it. And both players are at a fairly even board state, although Golfin
That's such a nice stack of Golfin side.
17 spike! Yeah, oh, this is not looking good for Soshipadoodle on match point for Golfin Eggs. I don't know, it could be time to see the eggs at the end. Or the GG, you know.
Yeah, another hockey spin, but you know, Soshipadoodle definitely having to scramble for a way out against this offensive pressure. Golfin Eggs having found the momentum, I think, in the past few matches. And we'll be trying to close this out. Unfortunately, no offensive pressure for either player, having to do a bit of skimming at the bottom. But a fractal.
Yeah, no, just because it looks rough for Serge doesn't mean she can't come back here. Nice T-spin to cancel, and continuing her way down her board. Golfin Eggs does have a pretty huge amount of garbage ready to send though. Unfortunately for them, breaking back-to-back and leaving Serge a little bit of breathing room to try and bounce back here.
Yeah, for sure. Serge able to get down to the bottom of the board, but again, I think Golfin Eggs really just has the tempo in his favor during all of these recent rounds, having to keep Serge on the back foot the entire time, but we'll see if she can find a window of opportunity. She was able to do so earlier in the set, and will she be able to continue to do so later?
Oh, Serge is at the top of the board, and Golfin Eggs takes the game here. Yeah, it seems like the outcome of the game is turning sunny side up for Golfin Eggs, and so she was unfortunately not able to make the comeback, but still very, very well played from both players. And I know people in chat can't see this, but I just want to say that Serge got 727 points. I hate myself for noticing that, but I just wanted to point that out.
I didn't even notice that, COWBOW. You're definitely the most.
I don't even play Osu. I don't play Osu. Don't get me wrong. It's just the thing, you know. But yeah. Very, very well played. I feel like the main thing between those two is offensive pressure. Golfin Eggs just had so much APM to give, just a never-ending well of just constant spikes, and Soshipadoodle unfortunately not able to cancel or down stack quite fast enough. But you know, like I said, very, very good effort.
Yeah, for sure. And again, good, definitely a really strong showing from both players. Good on Soshipadoodle to even it up at the beginning, but I think Golfin Eggs really, you know, found his momentum, found his stride in the later matches, and was able to close it out with all that offensive pressure. And yeah, we're going into the next match now. We're already on our third match, but every single one of these matches so far has been extremely exciting. And as UCLA selects the other red guy, UOFT selects Chomusuke. Is that how you pronounce it? Chomusuke?
Chomusuke?
Okay. UOFT selects their player.
Alright. Let's see. Tuff is a type of rock formed from the compaction and lithification of volcanic ash. Well, it could be tough for Chomusuke here, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Chomusuke's fun fact is so maybe a bit bewildered by that fun fact on UCLA's side. We'll see if he continues to be bewildered going to this game. And yeah, I mean, again, actually not again, but shout outs to other red guy, by the way. U rank at the start of this tournament during seeding, and now a pretty solid X rank. So
congratulations to them.
To him.
I'm sure they're gonna be ecstatic about that ranking too.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, ranking up during the tournament, you know, as you're grinding, as you're on that improvement arc, is something we've seen before. Again, a reminder: last year, University of Waterloo had 1 X rank at the start and 4 X ranks by the end, with their 5th member reaching X rank after the tournament. So, you know, but we'll see if we can see some of that improvement in the middle of the game, perhaps, as we head into this set.
Oh my god, we're also heading into some huge misdrops on Chomusuke's board here. This is so unfortunate, and that is super unlivable for them. Yeah, almost pulling out the Shen stacking, you know, the sprint thing where you put the pieces like spam them down stack.
Not completely familiar, but I guess it is what it is. And is that a MS2 I see, COWBOW, on Chomusuke's side?
I'm a fan. Versus PC, 17 spike from Chomusuke. Let's go. Hey, you know what? DOUE's got his Hachi spin, I got my MS2. We all have our biases out there.
Yeah, definitely a formidable opener when you don't misdrop it like Chomusuke did in that first round, but not able to actually kill with that opener on his side, so we're gonna have to play some more mid game now instead. And the other red guy finding a really crazy down stack with some cheese to go along with it, but Chumusuke's gonna make it out.
Yeah, the other red guy, unfortunately, misdrops, turning it into an STSD is super smart, but unfortunately not able to get off any of the T-spins there due to the Q being a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, not... I mean, any piece that could be used to make an overhang there would have been good. Fortunately, had 2 T pieces. Would have been perfect if that STSD was actually set up. It was not set up that time.
Yeah, if only the other red guy had red Q.
A bit of a missed PC on Chumusuke's side for that MS2, but the other red guy, board looking a bit messy, but able to convert that into a fractal very cleanly. Or sort of a fractal.
Yeah, I really like the efficiency from all the players tonight. Unfortunate T-spin nothing on Chumusuke's side. I think they rotated one upwards by accident. It would have been a single if they left it flat, I believe.
And Chumusuke definitely playing very quickly. Might be a bit too quick. I think it's like tournament nerves or something. Or
yeah.
actually, oh no, that T-spin!
I think it could be nerves. That's really tough. Either nerves or the new Tetro app or the warm-up. I don't know. Caboozled MKO attempt from Chumusuke, but the T-piece misdrop proved to be fatal. And the other red guy going into 3-1 lead here.
Yeah, hoping for Chumusuke to be able to recover some of those misdrops, not making any more. But again, insane PC pressure from the other red guy's side puts them up 4-1.
Yeah, 4 PPS coming out from the other red guy is insane, especially for PC loops. Gotta be tough to play against that for Chumusuke.
Yeah, not gonna be able to PC that many times this time though, and hopefully Chumusuke can find his footing in the mid game.
The other red guy going with an insane LST, looking like Zynex out here with the speed and pressure from it. Chumusuke is able to find a pretty nice down stack though and keep themselves in the game for a little bit longer here. The other red guy's pressure seems to have slightly halted due to a series of misdrops.
Yeah, but some bad PC pieces on Chumusuke's side is going to mean he will be in danger. Fight the cancel. Will he be able to find more ways to get out?
Yeah, the other red guy had a bit of a misdrop, unable to continue pressure and capitalize. So both these players have a little bit more time to compete against each other and try to find a way out.
Yeah, and I will say these matches have been so intense so far. I have been completely enthralled. Maybe like overall rank-wise, technically not as high as the last match, but man, if these misdrops are not keeping me at the edge of my seat.
Sorry, I'm gonna not. But yeah, back to the game here. The other red guy hitting a down stack, and same with Chumusuke. Both of these players are dealing with absurd amount of cheese on their boards, and it seems like the other red guy may be trying to just build on top of it. We love to see it. Down stacking doesn't matter if you build on top of your garbage. That's what I always say. And Chumusuke is able to find a pretty nice canceling other side though.
Yeah, you know, as I said, the match was getting intense. We did have a long period of down stacking. I am sorry for Caster cursing the entire round. But you know, it is what it is. Tetris has twists and turns, and a big twist is that the other guys survive.
That's a fight from Chumusuke is insane, and they take their second, well-deserved, I might add, round there. Oh my god.
Yeah, great finds on Chumusuke's side with those T-spins. Keeping up the APM, showing everyone that he's not out just yet.
Yeah, the other red guy, though, showing us a very nice LST yet again. And Chumusuke pushed to the top of the board, trying to find some sort of way out, which they do, but I don't know if it's in time here. Actually, no, they have a lot of time. The other red guy dealing with a series of misdrops yet again on their board. Seems like both these players are pushing speed quite a lot, which is causing a bit more misdrops than probably like on their board.
Yeah, for sure, and I think the other red guy with that O-piece, again, the O-piece, the villain of all these players' boards, coming out to ruin a potential down stack, a potential
definitely
cancel.
A lot worse when Chumusuke pulls out the 20 spike on you. But yeah, it's looking like a lot of a closer score here. It seems like they've warmed up. Unfortunate MS2 misdrop or mishold there from Chumusuke. But they do
He's
find
gonna be able to make it up. No, the pressure.
Oh no, he don't! Oh no! The other red guy, 5-3, not an unwinnable lead, but I feel like this match right here is going to swing the pressure of the game very, very huge here.
Yeah, and that moment of hesitation on Chumusuke's side of the MS2, definitely, you know, just like,
yeah.
But yeah,
speaking of hesitation though, Chumusuke did a really good job of timing the MS2 to make sure that the garbage went in first and then counter spiked, but unfortunately not enough to get a kill.
Yeah, very, very explosive openers on both of these sides. MS2 and PCOs coming out left and right. And as we see LP Smith drop, that's not going to matter until you need to downstack it, but it could cost the round depending on if Chamusuke can find a punish, and not going to be able to do so actually.
Yeah, 9 combo from the other red guy, sending a little bit of cheese over to Chamusuke's board. While the other red guy's pretty clean. I don't know if they're going to be able to capitalize on this, but they're going to sure try.
Chamusuke's board though looking extremely clean, not a speck of cheese to be found. As we go for that down stack and, you know, a bit of cheese appearing, but the other red guy,
the other red guy, there's no way! What was that? What was that? A T-spin triple tower looking thing. Very, very nice play, but I don't know if it was the most optimal, especially since Chamusuke able to take the round and punish off of that board state.
Yeah, you know, oh my god, is that a BT cannon on Chamusuke's side? I haven't seen that in ages.
Hey, you know, maybe it works. The other red guy's being pushed up pretty high, but counter spiking back super, super hard here. Chamusuke's 14 spike looking super strong.
Oh,
and the other red guy misdropping the eyepiece, and 5-5 is the closest score in this round that you've seen so far.
Yeah, and as we are nearing that point in which we get to tiebreaker, you might be seeing some interesting strats depending on what the teams go for, but
oh my god, a 35 spike from Chamusuke! That is insane! Oh my god, 35? You know, for those who don't play as much Tetrio, the board is 20 high. They sent it, you know, over the board height. That is insane.
Absolutely insane play, and that is the kind of spike you do want to find when you go for the MS2. Excellent that they were able to go for it, and a bit of a misdrop on that side.
Oh no, it's just
the
tiebreaker. DOUE, as the expert on tiebreakers, who do you think is going to be taking this set?
I am not sure, but the real question is, do either of these teams want to win this tiebreaker?
No, wait, what?
Chamusuke,
the instant top out from the other red guy, giving Chamusuke an extra 2 points for that. So as a reminder, if one team, if their player wins, they get an extra point on top of the score. So we saw in the previous iteration of CTL, players would throw the last match in order to get counterpick. But I don't know if is the counterpick going to be worth it? Maybe it will be. 18-18 for both teams. It's looking really, really close. And it could be that this counterpick will decide the rest of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I do think the play that UCLA is trying to go for is that they want to have Boozle Pie versus RKY, because RKY, you know, one of the strongest players, or I think by rank probably the second strongest player in this entire tournament, and definitely the strongest player in the last tournament. And this kind of strat we did see from UCSC last year in their third place match, and did allow them to take it over UCSD. So, you know, being able to do that, you know, being able to use those matchups to your leverage might swing it on their side. But it is a risky strategy, you know, trying to plan around a counter pick, but they were able to bring that round to 6-6, so we'll see if that can pay off. And,
yeah,
you know,
I think that's probably the best time to do that. Right? When you're at 6-6, you've gotten the max amount of points that you can get, and then you give them the win from the counter pick. Obviously, you know, we don't endorse throwing at CTL, but you know, this is a strategic move in order to gain counter pick over your opponent. So I think there's a clear difference between someone that just spams their spacebar for fun versus.
And might I remind you, the match did go to 6-6, so it's not like the other red guy wasn't trying their heart out for the rest of the match.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and again,
these next two matches. Oh, okay. We have Jian versus Kiwi Anime. Okay, so it seems that we are going to be looking at the clash of the titans in the next one, Kaboozle Play versus RKY 16.
Yeah, but first we have a warm up before that match, Jian versus Kiwi Anime, and again, you know, despite them not quite being Kaboozle Pie and RKY, these players are not anything to be messed with either. Look at that. Look at those TRs. Look at those stats.
That is terrifying. 3.5 PPS.
Yeah, JN definitely, you know, I'm reading on the profile here, a top 24 contender for the TWC Tetrio World Championships, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But Kiwi Anime, a top 60 X-Rank player, is nothing to be messed with either. But let's jump into the warm-up here.
Yeah, very unfortunate SCP. What was that Z-spin there? That's crazy. But Gian fixing the board actually masterfully after that series of misdrops. You have to wonder if they've been in that situation before in order to fix it that well. Yeah, back to the game. 12. Oh my god, 30 spike from Kiwi Anime is insane. But Gian is still alive and kicking.
Yeah, 30 spike is not gonna be enough to take out JN, but this spike might be. Never mind.
Oh my god, yeah, this is the true X-Rank gameplay, top 100 looking stuff here. This is phenomenal so far.
Definitely, both players not holding back at all. The last two matchups have basically been decided, so there's no more need
from Gian. That's insane. And they actually almost had another one if they didn't get garbage there.
Yeah, I have the color clear there, but I don't know what to say. This warm-up is already going absolutely insane.
Only maybe all the other matches were just a warm-up for us and the fans to watch this game right here. 26 spike from Kiwi Anime is finally enough to top out Gian. Oh my god, what are we watching here? Yeah. I can't even count this high. They need to tone it down for us, man. Like slow it down, or you know. That's insane.
Absolutely crazy matches, and I'm sure we're gonna see even more crazy things. And honestly, if UOFT can't keep up this momentum, if they can snag enough points from these players, if Kiwi Anime can upset this and win this matchup, UCLA strap might be, a bit shaky. Obviously, they have a lot of faith in COWBOW Pie, and I think we all have a lot of faith in COWBOW Pie. Absolutely insane tier player, but who knows? Could pull off some crazy shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know. I think especially depending on how this match turns out, COWBOW Pie might have to almost sweep RKY, which I don't know. I know both of these guys are insane at the game, but I don't know how feasible that is or not. But it's going to be a lot more pressure on Cap at the very least. But yeah, I don't know. And I will also note that Kiwi Anime's About Me says, there's no way I'll be ranked again, and they are currently X rank, and GN is unranked, which is it's funny to me. I don't know.
We'll say GN. Very good at the New York Times crossword mini in the other games channel on our CTL server. Able to solve crosswords really fast, but we'll see if he's able to find downstacks in the same speed in this set.
It seems like they will. Back-to-back 8 is online for GN here, and Kiwi Anime at the top of the board. Doing a very, very nice cancel, though, I will say. GN's back-to-back is still online. Back-to-back 13, and continuing on the pressure here.
A very intelligent downstack from Kiwi Anime's side as well, going for some perfect cancels, opting to make very specific placements that allow them to get T-spins on the way down.
Oh, unfortunately, back-to-back breaking from GN's side, and Kiwi Anime now has some time to build some attack of their own if they so desire.
Yeah, it's definitely Kiwi Anime having to fight an uphill battle against someone who's slightly more powerful, but again, nothing to be messed with. If we've seen from the warm-up, as they go for continuous attacks, has to break the back-to-back, but still having that offensive pressure online.
Yeah, Kiwi Anime looking to find some kind of punish here. Oh wait, GN, what is that? Is that a King Crimson? I could be wrong. But what I do see is a 20 spike from Kiwi Anime coming out, and GN's misdrops on their board makes them not able to downstack or cancel for Kiwi Anime's first round.
And I do believe that was almost a mid-game BT cannon.
Oh, BT cannon!
If my chat is to be correct here, I didn't catch all of it, but the shape did look about right. JN not fighting the DPC, I think that was what he was going for.
Yeah,
Kiwi Anime still in the game.
It's looking real close. Oh, both these players waiting. GN accepting garbage, but double misdrop on their board means that Kiwi Anime is in the prime position to find a punish, which they do very, very nicely.
Yeah, GN not going to be able to continue that round past those misdrops, especially with that G at the top, and Kiwi Anime up 2-0. If Kiwi Anime can continue this momentum, it could be very shaky for UCLA's side.
Yeah, for sure. But GN is still in the game here with this super strong LSC. 4 PPS coming out here. The same with Kiwi Anime. It's back-to-back 6, back-to-back 7 from GN.
Oh, but this momentum is insane.
8 is the magic number they needed to take their first round. Oh my god, these players are phenomenal, and we're only going to see even better for the next match.
Yeah, JN definitely not out yet, despite those misdrops. Possibly finding secure with those tournament nerves, and definitely going to be looking a bit more secure. Going for a really creative T-spin single will pay off. I think it will.
GN almost finding the downstack. Kiwi Anime super huge 10 spike, and that is enough to get a punish on GN. Yeah, I think that GN's piece sequence with the it's the semi-donations with a T-spin from the board. I don't know how they thought of that, but that's crazy. It was MS2 coming out from GN. Huge 12 spike, 16, 20, 23 coming out. Kiwi Anime able to find a perfect cancel to receive almost no garbage on their side.
Yeah, what's a 20 spike to a good down stack, but unfortunately a miss drop is going to be really hard to deal with, having to waste an eyepiece there, but going for a T-spin single in the middle of that, and Jay is not able to find a punish.
Oh my god. 16 spike from Kiwi Anime, but an immediate 14 straight back from GN, keeping them in the game here.
Absolutely explosive matches, and Kiwi Anime definitely keep bringing the fight to JN, but JN not slacking whatsoever.
From GN into DPC, Kiwi Anime still alive though, able to catch. What? But the garbage DPC! But oh my god, Kiwi Anime almost living, but unfortunately for them, GN continuing on the pressure from several PCs to tie up the game here. DOUE, I cannot believe what I'm seeing in these games.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the pressure set between these players is so high, and these PCs coming out, if JN can find, not going to go for the DPC actually, but it's still so hard for Kiwi Anime to deal with. And again, I do think that Kiwi Anime is going to have to play their heart out in these matches, because every single point they take is another point that RKY would have to take against Caboozled, which is so incredibly hard to do, and dare I say, like, nearly impossible. So, but they are keeping up these matches. But again, Jay inside, super creative setups, and able to make it out in down stack. And oh my god, I cannot believe it.
Kiwi Anime finding a nice cancel though, still staying in the game despite the pressure from both sides increasing every single time they spike.
Bit of a strange setup there on Jay's side. We're going to be able to skim out of it very casually, but Kiwi Anime finding a great time to pressure Jay in and gets the match, or gets the round, I'd say.
Yeah, 358 versus is insane. That is not something we see often, but you know what? Bringing out only the finest gameplay for everyone else watching CTL here. STPC spin from Jian, going into some more attack here, keeping the back-to-back online. Kiwi Anime is going to be on the defensive here and trying to find some sort of way to break the back-to-back, which Jian does end up doing.
Yeah, messing up the height defense there a bit on JN's side means gonna have to break out of the back-to-back, but Kiwi Anime's board not looking any better. So much cheese, and both players I think are gonna be trying to downstack out to a state where they can start sending more explosive garbage like they have been doing all set.
Yeah, it seems like Jian's all set to start some back-to-back on their side. Back-to-back 3 online, going with the S-prop. Looking very, very clean here. Back-to-back 5. Kiwi Anime doing a bit of downstacking, trying to time properly to cancel Jian's attack. And back-to-back 10 is looking very, very strong for them. 11, the magic number.
Yeah, able to convert that 9-0 into the set more well in the center. Able to find a back-to-back 11 against Kiwi Anime, keeping this match even. And again, if Jin is able to keep this match even just any closer, it'll be really bad for RKY down the road. As I say that, Jin has to reach the eyepiece to downstack out of that troublesome situation, but will be out. But Kiwi Anime, can they close the round?
Yeah, unfortunately for them, it seems like GN is on a pretty clean board, ready to build some back-to-back here. Okay, nice T-spin setups, back-to-back 4 online. Kiwi also has some back-to-back of their own, though, using it to cancel out very, very nicely. Unfortunately for them, breaking it.
Oh, bad spin on that T!
Yeah, GN has back-to-back 10 online. Kiwi Anime cannot cope with this pressure. Back-to-back 11 and their 5th round. GN taking it with a very, very strong game here.
Yeah, a single mistake on Kiwi Anime's side. Did not spin the T correctly for that T-spin, and JM was out. But here we go. DPC from Kiwi Anime coming out. Another perfect clear. With this, it spins again!
Unfortunately breaking the loop on Kiwi Anime's side, but they're looking pretty strong still as GN's pushed the top 16 spike on the counter spike, and Kiwi Anime is now on the defensive. Can they get out of this? And they cannot! GN is now on match point. This is huge for them and for their team here.
Yeah, this matchup definitely going close, but in the end, if UCLA can take this, they are definitely poised to win the round or the match overall, I'd say. But Kiwi Anime still fight.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely still anyone's game here. Kiwi Anime fighting as hard as they can. Oh my god! A 34 spike from Kiwi Anime! And GN is still alive? What? How did they live? Oh my god, GN is still alive, and Kiwi Anime's board is looking disastrous for them. GN needs to find some kind of punish here, or else Kiwi Anime is going to escape from the predicament. Oh
That's
my
the
god,
game.
finding the punish. Finally taking the game for UCLA here. Oh my god. What was that? What did I just watch? I'm actually shocked at that. I'm actually shocked at that. I have not seen this caliber of play in a long time. And both these players gave it their absolute all for this match here. Super well played to both players.
Yeah, for sure. And I gotta say, what a beautiful sequence from Jayan, dealing with that spike at the end. It was absolutely masterfully played by both players the entire round. I haven't seen that kind of caliber in this tournament in so long. And
hey, but you know what? Like I said before, we at CTL are delivering only the finest experiences with the gameplay, and we're coming back with an even more insane matchup. Caboozled Pie versus RKY. This is what you've been waiting for. Seed 1 versus Seed 2, two of the strongest players in the entire tournament competing against each other head to head. Who is going to be taking it? Caboozled Pie is an Osu main, and RKY just has their name and their about, which is, you know, fair enough.
And
leave the company go.
I do have to say, this is going to be an uphill battle for RKY. I think in most cases you would expect Caboozled Pie to perhaps sweep it, but again, you got to respect your opponent. RKY and Caboozled Pie both also Tetra World Cup competitors as well, and RKY, the strongest CTL player in history versus strongest CTL player of today. Who will take the match? In this warm-up, it's gonna be Caboozled.
Oh my god, Caboozled Pie built up a back-to-back 13 in under 20 seconds. I don't know if that's common for X-Ranks, but that is just insane to me. I can't fathom the amount of speed that would have had to take. But yes, both these players bring their A game for this final matchup between the two teams. Who will take it, UCLA or UOFT? Find out right now.
And yeah, let's hope RKY is able to win this one for UOFT. It's going to be hard with that PPS difference. Caboozled Pie playing at above 5 pieces per second at the moment. What am I looking at right now?
The PC loops from Caboozled Pie are insane, but I think this is a misdrop, and it is on Cab's side, stopping the PC loops and leaving RKY some time to fix up the board state here. Which I don't know if they can, but they do! They're still alive. And Caboozled Pie, back-to-back 8 online, back-to-back 9, continuing on the pressure. RKY needs to find some way to break this.
Though.
Oh no, they cannot, and Cab taking the first round.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, if Caboozled Pie plays safe and respectfully enough, I do think they definitely have the advantage, but as I say, slight misshot on that C-spin over the means.
RKY takes
never mind.
All clear for their first round here. It is still tie game. Both of these players looking really close. RKY is saying no sweep in chat.
No sweep indeed, as RKY catches Caboozled Pie with a misdrop on his side of the board. And I think that is going to be the path to win. And when you are at this level, a single misdrop, if you can't play fast enough, you are going to die instantly.
Yeah, speaking of playing fast enough, though, Caboozled Pie building up back-to-back 7 versus RKY's lack of back-to-back is just a death sentence for players that don't have that kind of multiplier. Alright,
unfortunately, both players missing hockey spin here.
Not doing the floating variant, but, you know, it's still looking pretty strong on Cab's board. 19 spike from Caboozled Pie, sending out RKY is looking like a... on the back foot, but able to find a nice counter spike back.
Definitely RKY using that some timing there to get some... cancel a lot of that spike from Caboozled Pie, but Caboozled Pie's raw APM is unmatched, 240 in that round alone.
24 spike from Cab, looking super strong. And it seems like if you're RKY, you have to break Cab's back-to-back, or else he's just going to spike you out with pure APM there. Look at these floating TSDs coming up from Caboozled Pie. And you know what, the Cab Classic taking the 4th round with his signature floats right there.
Yeah, everyone loves to see it. You can drop the MKO class in the chat if you want. I won't mind, we won't mind.
I'm sure RKY is minding the amount of garbage Cab's sending. Not what you want to see if you're RKY. But RKY is the one in the driver's seat with a nice fractal and a back-to-back 7. Unfortunately breaking it, leaving Caboozled Pie time to downstack here. He does a pretty nice job of it, and is able to clean up his board, and possibly looking to get into the offensive seat yet again. Yeah,
but not finding any attack on that side, and a slight JP smash on means
RKY is going to miss on RKY's board is yet again going to take the 5th round for Caboozled Pie here.
For sure. RKY may have been in the driver's seat, but it's like driving a go-kart into a freight train right now as COWBOW Pi barrels towards victory. 5-1, looking to take 2 more cleanly.
Oh, speaking of clean, COWBOW Pi utilizing his clean with some donations here. RKY at the top of the board, trying to downstack, and they do find a huge 15 combo downstack. And COWBOW Pi at the top of the board, dealing with some misjumps, and RKY finds a well-timed punish to take their second round here. They are still in the game. They are still fighting back against the Pi.
Taking a second round now, and unfortunately, I do believe that UCLA has already, enough points to win overall, but, at this point, it's about the ego. How many points can RKY take off the strongest player in the tournament? How many points?
It seems like it's going to be 3, at least 3 here. COWBOW unfortunately misdropped there, and RKY able to capitalize on it in a very, very quick and speedy manner. Alright, stick spin from RKY.
No joke. Stick spin. The bane of many Tetrial players. Might be the bane of COWBOW Pi here. If it's able to take one more, but the SP Smith drop is going to mean that...
yeah, COWBOW Pi repping the anti-stick spin society there, and now on match point.
6-3. Isn't that a COWBOW Pi meme? 6-3?
Is it?
I don't know, but misdropping the IP is definitely not what either player wants to see, especially COWBOW. Trying to close it out as cleanly as possible. Trying to, afford UOFT no extra points. Potentially going into the finale.
For sure, but speaking of finale, a 22 spike from COWBOW Pi. Not gonna be the finale for RKY just yet, who is hitting a huge downstack here, dealing with a lot of cheese on their board, but finally reaching the bottom. COWBOW Pi now is in the downstacking seat here, but a huge 8-13 spike coming out. RKY trying to spin the TN, and it looks like that is going to be the game. UCLA and COWBOW Pi taking the victory for this match here. Fantastic gameplay from both players. RKY putting out a stellar effort against the best player in CTL, but unfortunately not going to be enough at this point.
Absolutely, and RKY, being able to take 3 points off COWBOW Pi is an achievement on its own. And honestly, if the previous matches went any different, it could have actually won them the round.
Oh, for sure. 3 points off of Cap is nothing to scoff at. COWBOW Pi is super, super strong. But it shows how strong RKY is as well, to be able to take rounds off of a monster like that. But I don't know, I feel like the entire game, all of the matchups were so close, and they made all of the difference for the teams in the end, but it seems like UCLA was able to finally take it out.
Yeah, I don't think any one of those matches was one-sided. Even the last match, I think, you'd expect it to be one-sided. Again, it's COWBOW Pi we're talking about, legendary OSU player, professional Japanese speaker, but, RKY definitely put up the fight, and again, being the champion, or not exactly champion, the strongest player from the last tournament, he definitely has a lot of expectations behind him, and I think he definitely met those expectations today. Able to take 3 points.
Yeah, I gotta say, all of the matches exceeded my expectations. I am so not used to seeing this level of gameplay, doing casting for other stuff. I've still done, PWC and whatnot, but man, it is a shock to watch these players go at it like this. It's the APM, the downstacks, the survival, the spikes, it's all the biggest here at CTL. And I hope that everyone else had as much fun as we did commentating that. That was certainly a treat for not just the viewers and players, but for us too.
Indeed.
I believe we will be getting into some interviews.
See if anyone has interviews for us today. I think definitely would be fun to interview some of these players after that match, because I do think today was potentially a finals preview. Again, these teams so strong. And it looks like we have COWBOW Pi here.
Welcome, Cap. How are you feeling after your victory?
I'm feeling pretty good. I must say, I was expecting to come here saying something about power scaling, and how because we have the better top players, we kind of are expected to win, because the difference in skill level at the top level is much bigger than the difference in skill level at a lower level. But I can't even say that, because our lower players actually played fantastic. Red Guy got the 6-7, which is exactly what we wanted him to do. And Oxford Valley took 4 rounds off Meppy. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, legendary performance from the team in general. I think if anything, our top 3 kind of dropped the ball. I think me, Golf and Eggs, and Jayan all kind of played shaky. Like, I should not have dropped 3 rounds there, to be honest.
Oh, really?
But yeah, because a lot of those rounds were just me misdropping.
Right.
I think I tried a little bit too hard to push the pace. But overall, I think we had a very solid team performance. And if we can win this match by 9 points against what I think is our scariest opponent, I think there's very little we can't do in this event.
Hey, you know, we're super happy for you. And, you know, I think that the team dynamic, like you said, you know, the bottom team is kind of uplifting the top. You know, we love to see that stuff in CTL because it shows the depth of gameplay with the 5v5 format that you wouldn't really see in other stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. The throw with the tiebreaker thing, did you calculate the 1 point difference that you would have lost with that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're in our position, right, it would be kind of ridiculous to take a 7-6 there because if you top out there, you're basically like giving yourself a -2, but -2 is worth nothing compared to what would happen if Jayan has to play RKY and I play against Kiwi Anime. Like, that's a terrible matchup by comparison.
See, I feel like that was probably the turning point of the game then, right? Because you found the counter pick, got the last 2 matches the way you want, and you know what, it worked out in your favor.
I think the actual, like, sort of lessons to be learned is that we are lacking a bit on the, oh wait, I think stream died. I think the stream actually kind of died.
Oh, it did die. That's awkward.
Oh. Okay, are we back? Okay, I think we're back.
I don't know, are we?
I think we're back. We're back, right?
Production?
Yeah, we're back,
Okay, are we back?
Yeah, so, yeah, I'd say the biggest lesson to take away is just that, UFT's top 3 is no slouches, and we need to actually try our best to play solid against them when we meet them again.
Hey, and you know what? I'm sure you're all giving your best, even if you feel like your top 3 performance wasn't how you wanted it. It still worked out for W in the end. So maybe it's just
yeah, you bet.
But yeah, I guess with that, I believe are we going into a next interview here? I don't know if there's stuff lined up.
It does look like there is a person waiting in the pending interview. It is I think that's UFT's team captain there. So yeah, I think we might be going to that soon if they are coming up. With that though, thank you for coming in here with the interview today, Cab. Thank you for playing with your team here. You gave us some great matches, and yeah, good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for hosting. It's been a lot of fun.
Take care, Cab. Congratulations.
Take care.
All right. That was Kabuza Pi, super fantastic Tetrio player. But we have an also fantastic Tetrio player coming up for the next interview. We have Potaflow here.
Hello, Potaflow. Anything you want to say about the match you just saw? It was pretty close.
All I'm saying is I am happy I'm not playing in it. These guys are terrifying. But I think all the people on my team did a really good job for who they're paired against.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you would have changed up with the composition of who played who?
I mean, if we could choose who we could put against anyone, then I think it's very much in our favor. But with how the Swiss system is set up, you can't really do that, and it's gonna be really hard to get favorable matchups on our side. I don't know if there's a little we could do better, but I don't know if it would change the overall outcome. I don't want to say too much about our strategy because that can also be worked off of.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right. It's whatever's for the public,
Yeah,
the people. But yeah, I think it's very interesting that people are at least considering these kind of strategies because otherwise, if it's your typical 1v1 bracket we just play, you don't have to think about any of this stuff. But it adds a new level of gameplay that you don't really see in other places. So it's cool to hear that you guys are definitely thinking about it.
Yeah,
for sure. And
also,
I guess continue.
Sorry. The third round loss is incredibly powerful. I don't know how I feel about throwing it. I mean, we've gotten enough warnings, admittedly, about trolling in matches, but
yeah, it definitely is like a quirk of the format that we have that exists in the format, and I think it's valid for people to be taking advantage of it. We have been thinking of maybe some ways to change that up next year, maybe to preview some of those later. But for now, it is something you have to play around. And I do think going for a third round loss does require you to actually bring the game to a close level, and it depends on how you also do in the first 2 rounds. Because if you really hard lose the first 2 rounds, then the third round loss might even not bring you back. But yeah, who knows? How's your experience been, as like a team captain that hasn't been playing with the team, but more like kind of observing on the sidelines? Because there are a few team captains in the tournament that are like that.
It feels tough for me, but at the same time, if I had to play and be team captain at the same time, that's even more pressure on me. So it's nice that I'm relieving that pressure from someone that could be on our team that would instead have to be team captain instead.
Hey, you know what they say, coaches don't play, so you're leading the charge, but from the back line. You're like the brains of the operation, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. Anything else to say about future matches coming forward? Without revealing strategies, of course. Is there something we do after the loss?
No, we haven't really done very much. I mean, the most we do is just go to our weekly meetings, and we don't
weekly meetings. Okay.
We do have
so
weekly
you sit
meetings.
around the table and you're like, all right, guys, what's our plan to beat the next one? And then you got the board with all the the lines across each other.
Oh yeah, surely. No, we just get into a lobby and play FFA.
Yeah,
It's just good times. It's just good times that we're having here.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess with that, any other closing statements for us?
Nah, I'd win.
I'd win in the next one. Hey, we believe in you guys. Still put on a super strong showing, and well played to all your players.
Thank you.
Yes, I guess with that, we have another interview in the back end, or is that?
I don't believe so. So with those 2 interviews done, thank you to both teams for agreeing to do an interview. I think we are moving on now to one of our prize pool incentives.
Oh right, yes, I do remember. We have the prize pool incentive. So as a reminder, you can donate to the prize pool to support CTL and the players, but we also have some funny stuff in the back end for all the fans out there. So I believe it was $600 for the donation goal. But I will be singing my hit song, I Will 4 Wide. So yeah, let's see. We have Plu pulling up. Okay, I don't know if this will work or not. We'll see if this works. We're gonna do it through the the YouTube watch together, which is a little scuffed, but you know what? Maybe it'll work. Okay, here we go. But yeah, I don't know. I guess while we get this set up, a bit of backstory in the song. So I wrote "I Will 4 Wide" along with some of other friends from BC Tetris, like Plu and DOUE, and we did it as I forgot this does not work here. Oh god. Sorry, one sec. The karaoke is blocked on the thing. Here, wait. How about we get DOUE to stream the thing, and then Plu and I can go in. Maybe the Discord lag doesn't screw us. Yeah, well,
I feel like the Discord lag would like double up in that case.
Is it double? Should I just stream it? I don't know.
What if you screenshot the? Yeah, we're doing this live, guys. Don't worry about it.
None of this actually happened. The setup for CTL is done really far in advance, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, in the meantime, yes. So we wrote "I Will 4 Wide" for I believe it was the BC Tetris Stackdown 2, as just kind of like a donation thing. But yes, it was probably my most popular Tetrio parody, and I don't know. I feel like people enjoy that one the most. So we're out here for the fans, doing it for the people. But yeah. Okay. Anyways, let me warm up with the water. Okay, here we go. All right, buddy. Out here for all of you. I Will 4 Wide, a parody of I Will Survive. All right, here we go. I'm ready when you are, production. This one right here goes out to all the 4-widers out there. You try with the combos, you do the best. So here we go. used to play mid-game, I was dignified. I'd T-spin and I'd down stack garbage lines with pride. But then I spent so many nights trying to improve my rank, and I would tank. And my Tetra rating sank, and so I'm back from Tetra League. I just lost 6 games in a row, and now I'm feeling the fatigue. I should've moved that stupid block, I shouldn't have misheld that T. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be counter-spiking me, and so I swore I'd lose no more. I'd do anything if it could help improve my score. One day on YouTube I found Garbo's 4-wide guide, and then I thought, now it's time to turn the tide. Oh no, now I will 4-wide. Whoa, as long as I look at my queue, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my stack to use, and I've got multiplier too, and I'll 4-wide. I will 4-wide. Hey, hey. Let's go. Keeping up those back-to-back multiply combos, you know. I'm actually the worst 4-wide ever, but you know what? This is for all of you out there. Keep on doing those wides. They took all the blocks I had just to build the stack. Kept trying hard to maintain combo up till my attack. And I spent oh so many games just topping out before my spike. I used to cry, but now I stack my 4-wide high, and you see me, somebody new. I'm not that striding 9-0 sprint main, still ignoring Q. And though the other players flame and don't respect my strategies, well, I'm still building multiplier, and I'm also sending cheese. And though I swore I'd lose no more, my 4-wide combo, it still did not improve my score. So I went back to rewatch Garbo's 4-wide guide, and then I thought, wait, maybe I should go outside. Oh no, not I will 4-wide. Whoa, as long as I look at my queue, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my stack to use, and I've got multiplier too, and I'll 4-wide. I will 4-wide. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. That is I will 4-wide. See, unfortunately the Discord kind of kicked me out of the screen share in the middle of it, so hopefully it was okay. But I sang my heart out for CTL and all of the fans who came to watch and support. And once again, these kind of things don't happen without the donations, and there's more to come for sure. This is not the last, musical number that you will be seeing if the donation goals are met. But yeah, you know. Once again,
also shout out to COWBOW's YouTube channel. Go watch the official music video for I Will 4-wide.
Actually, no, you should watch the music video. You should watch the video because DOUE did the editing.
Yeah, I spent I pulled an all-nighter editing that video. It's the thing I've edited that I'm proud of the most, so I'll go watch the video.
Oh man, it's always a blast scene, but you know what? I do it for all of you. I might not be musically gifted or whatever, but I sing my heart out. That's me in commentary too. Yeah, but speaking of the musical stuff, there is some more stuff to come, and I gotta say, it is a lot better than what I've done today. This is some real talent coming up for this prize pool donation. But yeah, production, would you like to walk us through what's? Oh wait, she lost.
We actually still have a match after this, so we'd be doing that at the end of the stream.
Oh, oops, my bad.
Yeah, the match in 8 minutes actually. As we go into that, I believe it is University of Victoria versus Wilfrid Laurier University. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that is a match coming up. And yeah, you know, good use of our time, starting very soon. So going into that in just a bit. But yeah, that was UCLA versus UOFT. Very exciting match. Thank you for commentating with me, COWBOW. I had a blast, and we hope to see you in just a few minutes for the upcoming match.
Yeah, thank you to you as well, DOUE. Thank you to CTL, and thanks to everyone who came out and watched and listened to my singing. But yes, we will see you in the next one. So thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh. Hello. Yes. Oh, wait, are we still alive? Okay, that's hilarious. Oh, no. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Collegiate Tetris League Round 4. I am going to be one of your commentators today. My name is CYANS, and I am joined here by SPHERICAL.
Hello. Alright, looking like we're going into our match will be Wilfrid Laurier versus the University of Victoria, so that's kind of interesting. Both teams have gone 2-0, 0-2 so far, 2 losses, but both teams had a bye, so this would be like their chance to break their losing streak so far. What do you think of the players, Ryan?
Both teams are relatively low seeded, though it is certainly an interesting matchup given the rank disparity between some of the players that we have here, but you know, anything can happen in CTL, and hopefully this will be a very exciting match to watch. So yeah, we're just waiting on the first match, which should be Adorable Raph versus Plant Enjoyer.
Yup. Adorable Raph. Which player? Plant Enjoyer is one of the B ranks on the Wilfrid Laurier team, right?
I believe Plant Enjoyer might be their D rank, but
D rank. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
is this giving up D rank X fodder, but with an A- instead?
Right. Adorable Raph definitely.
Thought too much.
Yeah, Adorable Raph definitely.
The rank difference between A- and D.
That is true. I mean, even like down in these ranks, that's a huge gap between Adorable Raph and Plant Enjoyer. But as we head into this warm-up, let's see what happens, and let's see what we can expect from this matchup.
Yep. Well, looking like Plant Enjoyer misdropping a PCO, I guess. I guess both players looking like they're gonna go straight into just some 9-0 step. Oh, never mind. Adorable Cat setting up a variant of DT Cannon. That kind of makes sense as this rank.
Yeah, of course. Plant Enjoyer does find a quad in the middle of their stacks. Adorable Raph, though, gets their second T-spin. Oh, Adorable Raph going for what appears to be the C-spin variation of DT Cannon, but seems to have misdropped it. So this might be an opportunity for Plant Enjoyer to exploit. We can see if Adorable Raph is able to get out of this position.
Yeah, although Plant Enjoyer isn't looking too great either. I guess it really is true at like lower ranks. It's more about who tops themselves out first.
Yeah, it is true. Well, certainly not a surprising result that we saw from the warm-up, but anything can still happen during this set. There are still 7 games left to be played, so we shall see.
For sure. Are they still playing first to 7 at their rank? That's really interesting.
Actually, yeah. No, it's first at 3s down here, because anything below S is first 3s, so this is definitely a longer set than both these players are probably used to in TL. So we'll see how that affects the player's stamina.
It's interesting.
Alright, Adorable Raph once again starting off with DT Cannon. Plant Enjoyer just going into a basic 9-0, but seems to have misdropped early with the S piece in the middle of their stack.
Yeah, so far it's already looking like Adorable Raph has the better stack, just due to setting up DT. That's not really looking so great for Plant Enjoyer, but Adorable Raph isn't quite getting the eyepiece so quickly, so maybe there's some chance for Plant Enjoyer to get down? I guess not.
Yeah, unfortunate there. A sub 1 PPS from both players, so definitely a bit slower than what we're used to, but certainly Adorable Raph has a considerable advantage in that department. Once again, going for a DT Cannon. And for, just on the left side. Plant Enjoyer, once again, trying to go for their 9-0. Taking their time, just finding the placements for their pieces, while Adorable Raph does manage to send over the DT Cannon garbage.
Now it's up to Adorable Raph to try and build up their stack after that. Okay. No back-to-back continuation, but, well, that makes sense. Meanwhile, Plant Enjoyer is having trouble with their stack. But it does kind of feel like... Okay, I don't know if this is just me reading too much into it, but it does kind of feel like maybe they've gotten some coaching from the other players on their team as well. Because like for Wilfred Laurier, right, I feel like their greatest strength is probably their team spirit and like their team cohesiveness. Because like for one, they all have matching profile pictures. Like I think someone drew up a like all of their members as like cat people, which is kind of funny. So it would make sense if like Plant and Joyer also got some coaching from the other members on their team.
Yeah, certainly. Plant and Joyer. Wait, is Plant and Joyer on? Oh no, Plant and Joyer is part of Wolfularia, sorry. But yeah, certainly teams here are really coming through. But we can see that at the very least they managed to game plan relatively well, managing to send one of their lower ranked members into one of the higher ranks. But certainly we could see a the potential of Team Spirit affecting the way the match goes. And as a fellow cat-eared individual, I may or may not be slightly biased for them.
So real.
Yeah, real.
Cat domination.
Cat domination. Alright, let's go. Once again, Adorable Raph with the DT cannon that we've seen many, many times, but they seem to have made a mistake with the use of their L piece, but manages to convert with a J piece instead, and still is able to use DT cannon eventually. Oh, but misdrops the T-spin triple, forming the classic DC cannon that we've seen multiple times. It's really unfortunate. This might be the opportunity Plant and Joyer needs to finally get themselves into this match, because Adorable Raph's board looks really painful right now.
Yeah, that's definitely modern art. I think they could probably make a application to a museum with that stack and then title it learning to play Tetris. Sorry, that's a bit mean. But okay. It does seem like they're cleaning up their stack a bit, kind of getting down. This might be the first match for Plant and Joyer, actually, if Adorable doesn't get down in time.
So the Z misdrop on the left side for Plant and Joyer isn't going to bode too well for that. And Adorable Leaf now just kind of building a 9-0 on top of their garbage just to spike out Plant and Joyer, who is slowly working their way up on their own board. So that is going to be another game for Adorable Raph. Already 4 straight games here for Adorable Raph. Definitely, you know, comfortably in the lead. Not too surprising here, but we can certainly see if Plant and Joyer has an opportunity later in the match to maybe exploit that the misdrops that we saw from Adorable Raph.
Yeah. Although it looks like Plant and Joyer isn't quite doing so well with those misdrops of their own. They're surviving at least. They're slowly making their way down. Okay. That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, just
But
nothing
still,
you
it
can
seems
really
like-
do there.
Yeah, I guess that's just how it is. It's okay, you're fighting. Maybe the strat is that, you know, with how long these matches are taking, it's like a stamina run for both players, people watching the match or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, there's just not a lot to say, but once again, Adorable Raph with the classic DD cannon we've seen, I think every single round so far. So definitely a comfort pick here in terms of the opener. Just, I mean, at A- rank, you do have to kind of start picking up the openers, right? At the very least, learn how to counter them. And DD cannon is a very solid beginner choice of opener that we've seen many players use, and I actually myself started with DT cannon, so I am a bit of a fan.
For sure, for sure. What I really want to see though is like, okay, I want to know if like Adorable Raph, okay, that's a new thing, but I was about to ask, like, it would be fun to see a DTPC from Adorable Raph.
That is, yeah, certainly a
Basically,
possibility.
I'm just curious about like how far of that opener they've learned, but I guess this round they're using stick spin instead.
Yeah, that does appear to be stick spin. Plant and Joyer still alive for now, still fighting at the top of the board, but Adorable Raph does have a quad setup, and it's just too much for Plant and Joyer to deal with, and that will be the first match for the University of... wait, that is Wilfred Lord. No, hold on.
Victoria won that one, yeah.
Oh, that is Victoria. I'm sorry on my behalf, but that is an 8-0 lead for Victoria in the meantime. Not too surprising what match there, but that does give Wilfred Laurier the counter pick for the next match, so we'll have to see what Victoria picks first for the next match.
Yep. I wonder if they'll go with like obviously it would be in Wilfred's favor if Victoria picks like one of their lower players, because then Wilfred can hopefully take them out with like a A- or something. But I'm kind of curious to see what they'll choose next. Maybe they'll just take out the highest rank and then it'll be another SS fodder rank match.
Yeah, I mean, it is Wilfred Laurier is kind of forced to just kind of sack players against the top players from Victoria, but but they do have to try to win the A- if possible. So
Yeah.
definitely strategize. Like, there's a strategy there for Wilfred Laurier, but we'll have to see if they're able to implement it successfully. Though definitely the odds are still very stacked against them in this matchup, but anything can happen. This is CTL.
True. It might be more of the metagaming aspect for them. You know, just like, alright, looks like Green Keys was picked, but as I was saying, like, because they're more cohesive as a team, they might be like discussing more of their strengths and how to counter Victoria and that sort of thing. But anyways,
Okay. So,
Green Keys, it looks like that's like that's their SS player on Victoria's side. Kind of a mid-rank choice.
yeah, definitely I think probably the second highest player on Victoria. So Wilfred Laurier does have to pick extremely carefully going into this matchup. Green Keys is, as an SS rank, is significantly stronger than every single player in Wilfred Laurier. But
Yeah.
Shall see. I don't know, maybe that team spirit's coming into work. They're, planning together, like, oh no, we can do this. Just, picking their best player possible for their strategy. So, you never know.
Yeah. Maybe in like this match, like obviously the odds are not really in Wilfred's favor, but maybe the strategy here is like to try and earn as many points as possible for better matchups in the future potentially. Because like if they choose like if Wilfred chooses like their highest player against Green Keys, they still might be able to take a couple of rounds off, versus if they sacked another one of their, say like, I think their second lowest rank is probably a B rank. Yeah, they've got their D rank and then their B rank and their two B plus and then two A minuses.
Yeah, so it looks like it will be ZOP from Wilfred Laurier. The B rank at 7,000 TR versus the SS rank Green Keys at almost 23,000 TR. So definitely a significant gap there. But hopping into this warm-up, let's see what happens between these two players.
Yep. Alright, looking like Green Keys just going for the kill. Alright.
Yeah, the DT cannon coming out there, you kind of wonder, this is two Victoria players in a row that have used DT cannon, so maybe it is a team signature, but that is going to be the first game for Green Keys in favor of Victoria. Well, actually, wait, no, that's just a warm-up round, so it doesn't actually count, but still, definitely setting the tone for the rest of the match.
Maybe it is just like trying to use like killer openers versus like what he said about the team signature. Maybe it's like using DT cannon or like STPC and those sorts of like openers that kill really quickly against B ranks.
Right, yeah, I mean, if the opener is consistent, it's certainly one way to, like, try to play consistently, just try not to lose the winnable matchups. So definitely a possibility there for Victoria. But Ziap right now, trying to deal with the early damage from Green Keys, trying to find the down stacks to get out of this position, but it is just going to be too much pressure for Green Keys, and that is going to be Green Keys taking the first match, the first game of this match.
Yeah, that TST tower was just scary. I don't think like, yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
here
but
again, we're seeing just the PC spam straight up. It's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems that, just Victoria trying to go for the quick wins. So once again, what appeared to be PCO, but seems to have misdropped it. So Will just needs to try to go for a bit of creative downstacking here. Does manage to clean up their stack relatively well, and is going to be able to start putting on the pressure onto Zeop's board. So yeah, right now it does. Yeah, it's kind of just skimming at the bottom of the stack, not doing too much, kind of just waiting for and seeing what Green Keys is going to do.
Yeah, although Green Keys isn't quite fixing their stack as quickly, like they're still, it seems like they're not quite as good with upstack as some other players their rank might be. So they aren't like sending pressure quite as much, and maybe this is like allowing Zayop to survive a bit longer.
Certainly, but Zayop right now kind of just stuck at the top of the board, can't really get that piece over to the right, and so that is going to be a 3-0 lead for Green Keys in this match. Green Keys starting off with what appears to be a misdrop. I don't think that's a real opener. Zayop just kind of going into 9-0 stacking, playing for the consistent and very safe option.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, if you're going up against a player who is like much higher ranked than you, then you want to play a lot more defensive, you know, like try to counter spike some of their cling and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they are just trying to look for that upset potential, just anything they can get. Even 1 or 2 games is more than enough to earn them something here. So yeah, just trying to dig through their board right now, trying to open up this well. Is almost there. Now it does successfully have the well open. Is going to use that eyepiece for a quad, and we'll be able to continue surviving for a little bit longer here.
Yeah, but Green Keys here with that quickly building a back-to-back, and that's going to be hard to deal with, especially Zayop with all that cheese at the top of his board. Unable to downstack it, yeah.
Yeah, just another game for Green Keys. Again, not super surprising here, but we do hope to see Zayop make this comeback or upset happen even. Green Keys with the really good PCO at the start to put a lot of garbage onto Zayop's board. If Zayop can downstack this, maybe they might be able to get a couple of quads out of this. Very clean PC garbage.
Yeah, it's not looking too great there. Yeah, that's it for Zayop.
Yeah, just push to the top. Not much you can do, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess it's not too... No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I mean, just once again, Greeks with the PCO, but it didn't get it this time, unfortunately, so is going to just have to stack up. Just look for something.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe it's not so bad to, you know, like, even if in the end, you know, like, it's a hard win in Victoria's favor, it's still, like, a good experience, right? Like, you've got to, like, be watching the other players as well, and, like, in a sense, maybe it's like, oh, this is, like, how they stack, oh, this is, like, the decisions they make, so it's maybe, like, a good learning opportunity.
Chopping her up, right? Just stay close.
Yeah, certainly.
Just,
I mean, there is always the next couple of years of CTL, and we would hope to see these teams come back. So, you know, you can always take time, just watch gameplay, improve where you can, and you just develop as players. So definitely was something we want to see here from this collegiate community.
For sure. Maybe in CTL 2026, we'll see Wilfred Laurier taking the lead, highest seeded team.
Yeah,
year.
Yeah, one can hope, but yeah, it will be Green Keys with another very confident 7-0 sweep for the University of Victoria, putting them up 16-0 right now against Wilfred Laurier.
Yep.
So this
I guess that's another.
Yes.
I guess this would be another round for Wilfred to do the counter pick. Maybe that makes sense.
Right.
You know, like, get all of the Victoria, like, all of the high players on Victoria to go first, and then once the lower ranked players come out, they can, like, choose which players, like, choose the A ranks to go up against them.
Yes, certainly. So we do want to note that Victoria still has a U rank in reserve that they have not used yet, have not sent out yet. So that is going to be a formidable consideration for Wilfred Laurier, deciding what to do about the U rank, but there is also the other members of Victoria to consider who are of considerably lower rank, and that is where Wilfred Laurier probably wants to earn their points.
For sure. Man, I guess there is also like the, oh, we don't want to sack too many players. You know, like, what if they take out their U rank, Victoria that is, and then Wilfred like sends out the A- in response, and then like continuously just like sacks their players. Like that would be unfortunate. Like
That is true. Yeah, it is really just up to each team to decide what is the best strategy for them, whether they're playing for points, wins, whatever it is. So we will have to see. We are currently still waiting on the University of Victoria to pick the representative for their third match. There is no extremely favorable matchup because Wilfred does have the counter picks and still will be able to dictate most of the rest of the match. Okay, it appears that Happy Turtle will be sent out the SS rank. So yeah. Yeah,
looks like we're
definitely
on the border of you as well.
Yeah,
With
definitely
the
a
70 formidable opponent, yeah, for sure. With the 70 free APM and 20 free point free TR, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, that is a lot to deal with. But Happy Turtle noting that you might remember me from Underdogs Cup 7, the very other good Tetrio tournament series that also exists, you know.
Do you remember what like the rank cap for Underdog 7 was? Because I don't. I guess it would be like
it's probably S plus.
the stronger.
I
S
don't know.
plus.
I don't know.
S
You
plus,
never know.
SS, somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that would be reasonable. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not you, but at the very least, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
the
U is
exact
not
ranges.
Underdogs. The U in Underdogs Cup does not stand for U rank.
No, it stands for the discrimination against the U ranks.
Oh my god.
No, it's okay. Okay, so Wilfred Laurier will be sending out Kozma against Happy Turtle. Kozma, the A- rank, so definitely one of the higher players on Wilfred Laurier's team. So I'm assuming they're trying to hope, like, just if they can get a couple points out of Happy Turtle here, just by Kozma playing consistently and just trying to, like, you know, get what they can. But this is the warm-up.
Warm up, this is kind of relatively slow so far. Like, we're not seeing an instant kill opener from Happy Turtle. Yeah, that's... Rip.
Yeah, just not much you can do there. Yeah, Happy Turtle didn't really need a kill opener, just put on a little bit of pressure, 17 lines, and that was more than enough to send Kozma all the way to the top. But,
Yeah, true.
yeah. We'll see how
like-
that is.
It does kind of feel like Kozma maybe isn't as greedy of a player, because there was an opportunity for a T-spin at the top, but I don't know if that would have killed them as well.
That is true. Well, we will have to see. This does appear to be SDPC from Happy Turtle, but choosing already got sent garbage, so couldn't really use the perfect clear solve. Instead, you just choose to stack up.
I love me some SDPC. Not biased at all. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a kill opener for you. I think maybe... I do remember one member of Wilfred saying that they'd learned TKI and that they really liked it. But I think that was Cry Now and not Cosma. But that definitely would have countered the SDPC that Happy Turtle is using here.
Oh, yeah, certainly TKI, one of the very flexible openers that can do a lot in this game. So might have made a difference in that match, but apparently Kozma kind of just stuck at the top and just not really many options. And so yeah, that is going to be a second game for Happy Turtle.
Yeah. Here's an early eye back though, so... Alright, Happy Turtle attempting to go for TKI but misdrops, but creatively finds a continuation. Meanwhile, Cosma is... well, they're at the bottom of their board. Meanwhile, Happy Turtle not doing quite so well.
Right.
Cosma can spend a bit more pressure. That'll be good for them.
Yeah, right. Happy Turtle having that discovered T-spin shape, but choosing not to use it actually, but does find this follow-up, which is really nice. And is going to choose to stack up a little bit, playing extremely aggressively at the top, but does get two quick quads out for their troubles. So it does seem to be the favorable play for them, while Cosma is slowly being pushed up. But oh, it tried to get the T-skim, but just unfortunate misdrop there. This might spell disaster.
Yeah, it's really not looking good for Cosma. That's death.
Yeah, just kind of unfortunate there. Not much Cosma could really do. Just Happy Turtle had really clean stacking and consistent pressure. So once again, we are seeing STPC out of Happy Turtle, and Cosma kind of just trying to stack right now. Just too much pressure from Happy Turtle though.
Yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate situation. No way down. Anyways, despite expectations, Happy Turtle goes for a different opener this round. I wonder if maybe they were... I mean, it would make sense. You'd think that they would go for STPC again to try and get the quick kill, but maybe they were worried about the opponent potentially using like PCO or something. PCO doesn't win against STPC though, does it?
Usually not, because the TSS of the first bag will break PC most of the time. So probably not. I mean, my guess was probably just the bag that was given to Happy Turtle. Not all bags you can do STPC out of. So
yeah, that's true.
That's my guess, but yeah, you never know. But yeah, Happy Turtle here now already sending it to match point up 6-0 on Cosma. Cosma though does find this early T shape into a nice little downstack combo there, but does cover up the well at an unfortunate time, and it looks like this might prove fatal unless they can get to the eyepiece. They do. That is going to be two big quads for Wilfred Laurier to put themselves back into this match a little bit.
They just need a JP sender down. Oh my goodness. Happy Turtle is also not really putting up the... Oh, okay, but Happy Turtle is down now. That's gonna be it. Oh, Cosmo almost has it. I don't think they're gonna be able to... Oh, yeah. Not quite a down stack. But it was a good try.
And, yeah, that will be the third straight set that ends in a sweep for the University of Victoria. So they are currently up 24-0, if I'm not mistaken. And admittedly, it is too late for Wilfred Laurier to make this comeback, but I mean, they could definitely still play for points. So there is still the rest of the match to decide the fate of these two teams.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think now it's like Wilfred's two A ranks, right? And well, one A rank and then one B plus, and then Victoria has their U rank. And do you remember what the other rank was?
I believe it should be a D rank. So
okay.
I mean, at least one of them is one of those matchups will be winnable for Wilfred Laurier, so they will probably be able to get at least 8 points. So it definitely seems to be what they were planning for in this match.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it does kind of make you wonder, like, what matchups they get after this on Wilfred's side.
That is true. They are the last seed in the tournament, so I would assume it would be another 0-3 team. So I believe Yale is one of those teams that we could certainly look at has yet to win a match. But oh, actually, yeah. Fun fact: the Yale captain bought me my cat ears, so that's why I'm wearing them today, because I lost a bet. So
oh, for
yeah,
real?
fun time.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I lost my bet to the Yale captain. So shout out to that guy, but yeah.
That's so real.
But yeah, well, certainly
yeah,
I
bought cat ears too, so we could have matched.
Everyone matches, we match, and then we all cheer for Wilfred Laurier to make the greatest upset in CTL history. But you know,
so
you never know.
True.
It's real.
Cat commentators cheering for the cat people team. Oh my god.
All right, so it looks like it will be Wizard Lizard from University of Victoria versus Krynal.
Yeah.
Versus Krynal,
oh,
who is
user.
Yeah, Krynal is the B+ rank from Wilfred Laurier, and I believe Wizard Lizard is the C+ rank. Okay. Oh wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Did one of the teams have a substitute? Then it might not have been the D rank. It might have been the C+. Oh well. But yeah, it doesn't
Same
really matter.
thing.
Yeah, similar enough.
Same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so the first favorable matchup today for Wilfred Laurier. So hopefully we can see some cap points on the board.
For real.
For real.
Maybe we'll see
Okay.
some TPI gameplay from Cryno.
For real. Okay, Crynel's fun fact is, how am I supposed to live, laugh, love in these conditions? Honestly, I feel that so much. That is so real. Oh my. It's okay. It's okay, everyone. Please look at life positively. That was a joke. I hope.
You hope, okay.
I hope.
Okay, your mindset determines how you go through life, or something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
whatever
keep
helps you
going.
get through, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
okay,
of
so-
going through life, Wizard Lizard is kind of going through it with these stacking decisions. Meanwhile, Cryno is looking really clean.
Yeah, just a really nice, a bit cleaner of a stack, certainly much flatter than what Wizard Lizard is dealing with. Crynel does need to downstack this a little bit just to open up their well, but has now successfully done that and downstack comboed into the quad for an 8 attack that has pushed Wizard Lizard all the way up, and that will be the warm-up round for Wilfred Laurier for the first time this set.
Maybe we'll see a 7-0 sweep. Perhaps.
Hey, you never know. I mean, I do think they are close enough where Wizard Lizard could certainly take 1 or 2 games off of Crynel, but you never know. Crynel could certainly just play extremely well and extremely consistently and get the 7-0 sweep. So.
Yeah, that's true. At this rank, it's very volatile. Like, the differences between lower ranks is much smaller than, like, even the difference between, like, a high X and a low X rank, you know?
Yeah, certainly. So what we have here is Crynel kind of just, stacking in the middle of their board. Probably looking to make their way down and open up that nice quad garbage that they were sent early on by Wizard Lizard. Wizard Lizard seems to also be trying to downstack here, but just... yeah, it does finally get the well open.
Yeah, at least they won't be spiked out terribly quickly. Because Cryno isn't quite developing, like, quite upstacking pressure at this moment.
Certainly, Crynel looking... okay, chooses to instead just open up the next well, the much safer option. Wizard Lizard, though, having to deal with that unfortunate Z misdrop close to the center of their stack, so it's not looking too good, but Crynel does also have a little bit of misdrop to deal with on their own board. Does manage to get through it relatively quickly, though. So now they might be looking for some sort of attack here, but doesn't have great pieces, so it is going to take a while.
Yeah, for sure. I guess it'll be looking to be like a test of Crynel's upstack ability, especially since Cryno is more of a... well, they've spent the majority of her time learning TKI, so I guess this will be an opportunity to see how good her upstack is.
Yeah, certainly, but for right now, Crynel just really low on the board, trying to put the pressure onto Wizard Lizard, who is currently struggling a little bit at the top, having the unfortunate Z misdrop, and just nothing you can really do there, and that will be the first game for Crynel. That is the first official game taken by Wilfred Laurier that actually counts for their points. So,
I
yay.
got the warm up. Whoopee!
Yeah. Yay.
It's kind of interesting. I feel like the way Wizard Lizard like tops out at the top of their board, it kind of feels like something you'd see from like classic Tetris players. You know, like towards the top, you just well, not the gravity, like the instant piece lock and that sort of thing. You know.
I mean, okay, I do see what you're saying. It is kind of just, in Classic, it is due to the inability to just move pieces fast enough given the cap on movement speed. But, I mean, yeah, it did certainly look extremely strange from Wizard Lizard there, but, I mean, to be fair, it was kind of just doomed, to be honest. There's not much Wizard Lizard could really do in that position, so, it's perfectly understandable.
True. It's just a speed gap issue, I guess.
Yeah, real. Yeah, Crynal dealing with an unfortunate Z misdrop on the center of their board, but Wizard Lizard already pushed up super high, so it doesn't really matter that it's going to be a second game for Crynal.
So far looking pretty good for Wilfred. Anyways, Crynal's paused for some reason. A little bit behind compared to Wizard Lizard in terms of stacking. Wizard Lizard actually looking somewhat clean. Makes an eye dependency, but at least they have the eyepiece to fix it. Maybe this will be like the first. Alright, Crynal just... I was about to say first spike, but Crynal just cancels it, so...
Yeah, Crynal currently working with this very nice 9-0 stack. A little less nice now, but does manage to dig through to the next well and does send a quad off. Wizard Lizard doesn't really have the board state to really deal with it in any sort of way and is kind of just struggling right now, looking for some sort of option to make their way downwards.
Yeah, and that J piece is just not coming fast enough for the tuck fix. Although I don't know if they would have taken the tuck fix. Anyways, looking like Wizard Lizard continuing with the 9-0 stacking. Crynal quickly setting off the first quad, going into what looks to be an attempt at LST. Kind of makes sense for a TKI main, but cancels out of the LST.
Wizard Lizard does have a really clean 5-4 stack right now though. Having already sent off 2 different quads, Crynal, okay, does manage to cancel that last quad, and now does have a really nice well to work with in terms of down stacking. So yeah, Crynal will do a little bit of a combo to send a little bit extra damage onto Wizard Lizard's board. Wizard Lizard currently just trying to make their way down as well. Maybe get out of this position.
Crynal is living up to their name. They're gonna make Wizard Lizard cry now.
that worked surprisingly well. I didn't even notice that. That's, yeah. Crynal though, currently working with really bad misdrops towards the top. Oh, Wizard Lizard for almost the first time in this set does look actually much cleaner than Crynal, though Crynal has managed to quickly work their way most of the way down their stack. However, Wizard Lizard still looks to be in a decent position to continue this match and just let's see what they'll be able to do with it.
Yeah, meanwhile, Crynal is just steadily trying to work her way down. Wizard Lizard... Oh, I guess both players are kind of trying to go down. Cheese race. Cheese race tournament. The C in CTL stands for cheese race, guys. You heard it here first. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Crynal's better at cheese race. Confirmed.
Yeah, just more damage can be out from Crynal and too much Wizard Lizard to deal with, and that is going to be Crynal up 4-0.
Crynal's the cheese connoisseur. You gotta go to her to ask what Goudas to eat.
Oh my god, it's TKI from Crynal! They did
I
it!
love TKI. Let's fucking go! Alright.
Though Wizard Lizard does have a very considerable 9-0 stack going. That is relatively clean, and we'll be able to get another quad soon. Does already have it set up, and we'll just choose to send it.
Yeah, meanwhile, Crynal probably should go down, but they are... She is making her way down. Making her way downtown. Sorry.
Oh my.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Crynal just, definitely a bit lower and certainly much cleaner than Wizard Lizard. Wizard Lizard does have that one little L skim to keep him sets for a bit longer, but it's just too much from Crynal. That will be the 5-0 lead. So closing in on match point for Crynal.
Feels like Wizard Lizard keeps on getting done dirty by those eye spins. Honestly, kind of real. I feel
Honestly,
like, you know, when you spin the eye and you think it's gonna go one way, but it actually goes the other way.
that is fair.
That's just how it be.
Yeah, eye spins are certainly one of the, I guess, lesser used spins, but that also means it is kind of tricky to deal with when you do get to it. Wizard Lizard though, kind of just dealing with a really nice garbage actually from Krynal. So just needs to open up this well, and is going to just downstack a little bit more. So it's going to be just fine. But Krynal though also does have a really clean board, and is going to use it to push a little bit more onto Wizard Lizard's stack.
Yeah, Krynal hopefully sending out a bit more pressure now. Coming in with the quad. It looks like Wizard Lizard is not in good position, and I'm not so sure they'll be able to downstack this. Especially if Krynal can send another quad. I think that's probably it for Wizard. Yep.
Alright, so yeah, Krynal bring it to match point. We'll see if Wizard Lizard is able to do anything, but yeah, definitely a huge advantage here for the Wilfred Laurier team. In this localized match, but Krynal does.
Match.
Yeah, I mean, overall it is still massively in the favor of the University of Victoria. But,
it's like psychic damage, you know. You gotta make. It's like Wilfred's strat here is to inflict as much psychic damage as possible on the U ranks of Victoria's team.
Yeah,
reduce
but that will
their morale.
Yeah. So that will be the clean 7-0 sweep for Wilfred Laurier, finally bringing it up to 24-8. And yeah, there's only been sweeps so far from just either team, so definitely a very interesting match.
Yep.
Now, I'm just noticing, I have 1,000 UBC esports points, so I could technically make us stop talking.
Why would you do that? Wait. What other redeems are there on like the stream?
I don't know, but I could pay to make myself not have to do any work. This is.
That's gotta be DM.
I'm considering it. I'm considering it. I won't do it. It's fine. Okay, so for the first time this match, Wilfred Laurier will be the ones who have to pick first, but there is only like one player from each team left, so not much to pick. But yeah.
Well, I guess it's the U rank versus the A minus now. It's interesting.
Yeah, definitely a riveting matchup that we are about to see.
Well, you never know. It might be like Grand Shutter Soil versus Sodium Overdose, you know?
Oh yeah, no, you never know. Yeah, honestly one of the greatest sets in CTL history. Where, for those who don't know, Grandfather Soul managed to take 2 games off of an X rank, despite only being in like the S's. So definitely very impressive. Maybe we can see something happen here today. So Champoro here having looks to be a programmer who has built a Tetris versus Puyo Puyo copycat before. While One Up appears to have worked for the government as a butler at some point. Okay, definitely very strange, but you know, certainly interesting.
We've got the cheese connoisseur and we've got the butler. I think that kind of makes sense. They're secretly a team formed by the government to try and win all of the CTL points so they can make the commentators shut up forever. Sorry, no.
That is so real.
Alright, Champoro starting off with the PCO. Not finding it, but One Up isn't quite having the best time either. Okay, we're just going into 6-0 stacking. Whoopee!
Well, I mean, One Up, they're kind of breeding the future there a little bit. Like, managed to just didn't stack one column of their stack, but that actually ended up giving them a T-spin double setup. So, definitely a very strange sight. But otherwise, yeah, Champoro here just kind of speed gapping One Up a little bit, but it is misdropping too, though. So it's not a.
Wait up! Did I hear you correctly? Did you say breathing or breed? What?
Wait, what? Speed gapping?
Never mind.
What?
Never mind. It's all good.
Okay. I speak something. I don't remember what I speak. Don't worry about it too much.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, like you said, it really is a speed gap. That's kind of. Oh boy, One Up! Come on, get that eyepiece over. Yeah, get that Z piece in. Let's go. Get that down stack. You can't let Champoro take it. Oh no. Oh wait, this was the warm up. Okay.
That was the warm up, but yeah. All right, so definitely
Okay.
definitely one of the games of all time from Champoro, defeating the 1-up in relatively unsurprising fashion. But you know, anything can still happen. We have
So
seen
true.
crazier things happen. Yes. Okay, Kozma claiming that we will sweep. Okay, that is certainly very confident there. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. I believe in Wilfred Laurier too. This is totally winnable.
So true. The W in Wilfred Laurier stands for W.
Hey. Yeah, but what does the L stand for though?
This is a good point.
I'm being a hater. My bad.
It's fine, it's fine. You know, it's like, in order to win, you've got to lose a bunch of times, so you know what not to do, right? So it's all part of the plan.
No,
You win some,
yeah, that's bad.
you lose some. That's why they're called WLU.
Real. Alright, Champoro coming out here with the SDPC, though gets like the worst possible bag for it, so it does have to go for the uncomfortable, like just attempt at a tuck, but just doesn't get it, so it's just going to go into normal stacking.
That's a dub for WLU. They just got a down stack. 1-up, no more up stacking, more like down stacking.
Sure,
Well,
but just a lot
maybe
coming
not
over from
situation.
Champoro. Yeah,
Yeah.
just too much for 1-up to really deal with there. I mean, just this, yeah. 1-up going for PCO, so is Champoro, but Champoro's much faster and does manage to get it off successfully.
Yeah, I think Wilfred Laurier needs to hire like an anti-janitor to deal with the cling.
That is so real. 1-up is going to be able to open up their well successfully, and now just has a lot of very clean garbage to work with. So maybe this is an opportunity for them. Oh, but misdrops the T piece. Oh no.
Oh, no. No. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. It's okay. We go next. Next round, Shirley.
It's okay. It's
Take
okay.
it off to you, right? Let's
Look,
go.
honestly, if 1-up takes just one, like I will pop off for Wilfred Laurier. I promise. Just take one, please.
So true.
That was a misdrop there of PCL from 1-up. Champoro going for I'm guessing it's 7. No, they're going for a TST tower. Oh my. Okay. But that's not how you TST tower.
Okay. I thought they were like going for a really bad LST, and I was like, why would you do that? But never mind.
Yeah, they found a really scuffed TST tower after. Yeah, but okay. Yeah, Champoro really just going all in for this attack.
Survivable, surely.
Honestly,
Wait,
yeah, 1-up
actually,
is doing
that is
really well.
survivable.
Yeah, 1-up is fine. So yeah, just 1-up trying to just deal with the garbage being sent over Champoro, but unfortunately, misdrop at the top. But yeah, certainly we can see them try to make their way down after these massive sends from Champoro.
Yeah. That's that's not really survivable. I feel like for a U rank though, Champoro seems to do a lot more like just more of like their down stacking and like relying on the other person to send cheese. Because it doesn't feel like they're as good with up stacking, like we saw earlier with the TST tower was kind of scuffed. So
That is certainly true. But yeah, you never know. Just U-ranks play very differently. There's a lot of possibilities, but that is going to be another good for Champoro. So I will note the misdrop DT cannon at the start there for the DC Cannon Classic. So once again, the third player on Victoria who has used DT Cannon. I am starting to notice a pattern here. Call me crazy. I don't know.
no, I think I see it. The DT cannon. Dang. Anyways, looking like both players trying just to upstack their next attack. Champoro Well, maybe Champro is actually just a TST tower lover. Because they set up another one of those at the expense of their back-to-back, but it doesn't seem like 1UP is gonna be able to deal with it.
Yeah, and that is going to be a very confident 6-0 lead for Shamporo. This is 1UP's final chance here, actually, to take a game off. So we'll be able to successfully build PCO. And does have an available solve. Finds it if they can get the spin, but no, they choose not to. And Champoro once again going for this TST tower. So the question is, will they be able to get it off successfully? And they do have the correct stack for it appears.
Dang.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Dang, it's like, you know that one meme where it's like, my final stand, or just, this is like 1UP's final stand. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that should close it out, everyone. So that will be the victory for the University of Victoria, with an overall score of what I believe to be 32-8. So definitely a very dominant performance. But yeah, congratulations to both teams, and thank you to both teams for showing up and giving their all today in this match.
For sure, for sure. Wilfred may not have swept all of the players, but they swept at least one. You know what they say, one is better than none.
Yeah, certainly. So.
One. You really just left me hanging there.
Oh, my bad. I might have hit a button. That's okay. I might have told. My bad.
Ooh, quite understandable. I guess after this we're going into, well, not guess, but after this we're going into interviews. I guess we can ask the team, the players about their thoughts on the match and that kind of thing.
Yeah, certainly. So we are just waiting on the teams, but I will say I did see a lot of spirit from the Wilfred Laurier team and fans in the Twitch chat, so just, yeah, thank you for supporting your teammates so kindly, and yeah, we love that kind of thing here at CTL.
Team spirit. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Are you our first interviewee?
Hello. This is Matchstick from University of Victoria. Okay.
Alright.
Just,
So
hi,
how do you feel about... You go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, it just, yeah, sure. Hi, Matchstick. How do you feel about the match? Do you have any comments to say?
Sorry. It was a bit roboty. But I felt good about the match. 7-0 is always nice. Game, I think it was game 3 that was a bit suspicious. But, yeah, overall is good.
So suspicious. That was the match 3 was the one where you guys put up the D rank or C+ rank against Wilfred, right? Did you guys have any
sorry.
like...
I meant the game. But yeah.
What do you guys think about the matchup going into the tourney? Like any thoughts about strategy, or was it just let's beat the out of them?
Our only strategy was to send me first. It was kind of middle of the middle of the pack on our team, and I think we felt that I could have a decent matchup against anyone on their team. Other than that, we just kind of went long.
Kind of played by ear. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so, I mean, y'all clearly did extremely well using that strategy, so just congratulations on your first victory here this season. Yeah, y'all were a delight to watch. But,
thank you. To
have-
rewatch the stream, I heard there was some very spicy comments coming from you guys.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations, but I appreciate the sentiment. Alright, well that should be time. We can probably bring in the next interviewee.
Yeah, let's get a Parmesan player in here.
Oh, real?
Oh man. Do you
yeah.
think like? Oh, hello.
Oh,
It's Kai
finally.
now. Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
What's good, guys? I messed up my TK.
Happens.
It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about your match?
Well, I'm playing on the wrong setup that I don't practice Tetris with, so I was going very slowly and I felt bad. Yippee though.
I mean,
Yippee
you still
though.
got like a very confident sweep off. So, do you have any comments on your match or your team's overall, just like play, or anything else to say?
What? I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. But I'm very proud of my team. We did our best. Our first send-in, what's it called? He was very nervous and he felt bad. I'm not gonna lie. But like, I think he's doing great. He only started practicing recently, and I think he's making great progress. And then our team cap and Cause, they cook. Yippee.
Yippee.
Okay. Yeah, congratulations. So
Yeah, that makes a lot
how
of
d-
sense.
Okay, so we talked a lot
how
about
do you guys
it.
go about like? Okay, let me
My
take this
bad.
question and you can do the next one.
No, my bad. You're good. You're good. You can go.
How do you? Okay, you guys are like really cohesive as a team, right? So how did you like go about? Like, how did you find the other Tetris players on your campus? Like, how was recruiting for you guys?
Oh, we want the backstory? Is that what we are asking here? Question mark?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not too long.
We all have physics together. Like, first term we all had physics course, we all have it now too. And then I randomly, in like December, sent the link to the site that I haven't been on in 2 years. And I was like, guys, let's play Tetris. And then, like, Kozma, I think, logs in and like plays a lot. And then the banner for CTL comes up, and then the rest is history. And here we are. Yippee.
It's so real. I feel like that's how it usually starts. You know, like your friend group gets into Tetris and you're like, oh, I want to beat them, or something like that.
Yeah, definitely a very exciting story there. So yeah, just congratulations, Wilfred Laurier, for your match today. Just, I mean, I know y'all didn't win, but you know, y'all certainly tried your
We are
best.
here for the experience, not for the win. We're living, laughing, and loving. Thank you for the game. For commentating.
Yeah, thank you for playing. So, yeah, thank you, Krynal and Wilfred Laurier for playing today. Okay, so it looks like we'll be going to Plu to, you know, just thank everyone. So, but yeah, Plu, you're good to go.
Hello guys, thank you all so much for watching. Oh my god, my voice is so deep. Okay, I'll try to wrap this up because my voice is really deep right now. Yeah, super awesome games we saw today. We had UCLA versus UOFT, first and second seed, and we saw Wilfred Laurier University take their, I believe it's their first round in the entire season so far, which is so awesome. And I'm really glad that we streamed their match so we could celebrate with them. Yes, let's go. Anyways, okay, I'd like to thank our UVC esports sponsors, TELUS. I'd like to thank our organizers, Boat Hotel, DOUE, Vic, Fizzle, Care H, Ors, myself, Trooper4907, and TS7. Special thanks to Osk, Ors, Xynix, and Garbo. And thanks to our volunteers, Andrew4443, Ockcolor, Big Joe, Chillhopper, COWBOW, Cyber, Big Cheese, Ekp, Flare, Grippa, Tira, Lin, Mitsu, Ben XD, Spherical, Silent River, Hello Cat, and 2 Sly for You. Special shoutouts to Cyber and Spherical for commentating today. This is their first time commentating on the main bracket, I really hope you enjoyed their commentary because I did too. And another special shout out to Silent River, Hello Cat, and 2Sly for You, who are our 3 newest Invigilators. So if you're playing in this season, you might have seen them around, maybe they invigilated your match, who knows? Yeah. Thanks to them for stepping up during our kind of Invigilator drought, I'd say, where we were really struggling to find people to invigilate matches. So thank you all, these people. And I'd like to also thank our prize pool donators. By the way, our prize pool is at $762.86 now. Isn't that so crazy? Okay, so thank you to SG Ferrix for donating $207.27, the original Abe for donating $85, Inane Cork for donating $40, Big Joe for $20, Serge for $20, Cheese Whiz for $20, Andrew443 for $17.45, Toasted Waffle for $15, Dubstep298 for $12.27, Alyssnia for $11.11, myself for $10, Super Shocky for $7.27, and Indigo Laser for $5. Thank you all so much for supporting our tournament. And it's thanks to you that we saw COWBOW sing his original Tetris parody, I Will 4 Wide, today. And it's also thanks to you that next week I will probably have to do my silly $700 prize pool incentive goal, which is playing the Tetrio World Championship theme on 2 recorders with my nose, which is a little bit of a mouthful, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and I don't feel really ready for it, so I'll practice a lot, and surely it will be funny to watch at the very least. But yeah, anyways, since we're at $762, we have less than $50 until our $800 prize pool donation goal, which is DOUE and Tira casting in maid outfits. Isn't that so crazy? So if you want to see that, be sure to donate to the prize pool at CTL prize pool, which I've linked in the chat. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Do you guys have any parting words for the audience?
Sure. I guess I'll just thank you everyone who showed up today, and thank you for bearing with me through my first commentary match of this season. But I do hope most of y'all will come back to watch the future rounds of CTL and continue to support us as an organization by donating to the prize pool or just watching our gameplay and just enjoying what we're doing here. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to me talk about Gouda and cheese. It was a great commentary commentating the match that went on, and yeah. Thanks guys.
Alright, yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and tune in to next week's stream, which will be the last week of Swiss qualifiers, so round 5. So after that, we'll be deciding the top 4 teams that will be advancing to the single elimination semifinals bracket. So yes, stay tuned for more. Thank you all.